Welcome live to everybody. This is your Monterey Sports Network coming live to you from Sunbright High School. Right now we have 1 minute, 17 seconds left in your girls JV game. So we are working on getting things set up. Right now we don't have the camera up and going, but just letting you know, our Lady Wildcats JV team right now is currently down 25-21 with 1 minute left. On the floor right now, we've got Wright, we've got Markham, and that's Carly Wright, our eighth grader, which is the younger sister to Lindsay. Allie Benjamin, Markham, I believe that we've got Allie Novak, and Gracie Hastings that's out there right now. So we are, and it's soon to be counting down to end this quarter. They've just got a running clock, but it is 27-21 with number 22 for Sunbright. So I don't know. We've got a roster from the last game. That's Allie Shannon. I'm not sure if that's going to be the same one or not, but that's what we'll go with right now. The buzzer you just heard, that is, let's see who just checked in. There's nobody for us, so we will be back here shortly, but we're coming to the end of this third quarter here of this girls JV game, and your score is going to be 28-21, and we will be right back.
I would never said I was a nerd in school, but I guess I'm a nerd now. Get in there, Sally Martha. Okay. I fell at first school. I'm still paying for it. So you ain't gonna do it. We get them later. Well, I think. Got to do what got to do. Friday, yeah. You be down on 3 days. All right, got this. Jeff's gonna be there. Spread it out. Might be very late. We'll just get them on the home game. Yeah, everybody's there.
Good ball, Fatty. Grab it. Try.
We kind of corner up here. We can't get that corner.
Fist. Back to fist.
So like that.
Fist, Izzy. Tasty.
Oh, heck no. And the people, that little girl, the AD over here, she is. Really? Let that damn thing go on. Why ain't you left do that? We had the other night.
Hey, Shannon. Isabella, work middle. Right there, Cassie. Right there. Bonnie got me. Good. Good, Isabella. Good, Izzy. Good job.
Another one. I think it's one. You know, he's nice. He got that front. I guess the main focus tonight will probably be that Park Ranger. Christian's got a grip. too many good people. Not that. Oh, there you go. Good job. Get on the camera guy. Falling down on the job. He's a pretty good guy. I talked to him out there. He's real. Where you from, son? Here I am over there being gay. Who made that?
Hello, Wildcat Nation. Welcome to another Monterey High School Sports Event. Please stay tuned for the Monterey Run pregame show as Monterey Sports Network will bring you all the play-by-play action from the First Volunteer Bank broadcast. So immediately after a word from our sponsor.
At First Volunteer Bank, we're not just a community bank. We're a bank that's here for our community. We know our customers by name and treat them like family. And we're here to serve our community however we can. Whether it's teaching financial literacy in our local schools or collecting and donating thousands of canned food items to your local food banks, we're part of your community. If you're looking for a community banking relationship, we make it easy for you to switch because we're here to help you every step of the way, right down to the local person on the other end of the phone to assist you when you need it. First Volunteer Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Neighbors helping neighbors, that's what the VEC Customer Share Fund accomplishes. Participating customers round up their monthly bill to the nearest dollar. The extra money goes into a share fund that supports Monterey High School sports and academics, as well as other community projects throughout the VEC area, making Monterey and surrounding communities an even better place to live. Make your change count today and sign up for the VEC Customer Share Program. At Monterey Drugs, our focus is on you. You're not just a number, you're our name. We'll get to know you so we can give you the best personal service you deserve. Monterey Drugs, your hometown pharmacy, is a proud sponsor of Wildcat Sports, located on Elmore Street, right next to the Dollar Store. You can call them today at 931-839-6777. That's 931-839-6777. Monterey Drugs wishes the best for Monterey High School sports and academics. Looking for an honest, dependable, and experienced shop to have your vehicle repaired, check out A1 Auto Repair just outside of Monterey on Highway 7. Bill and Kurt have the knowledge and experience to handle almost any auto repair need you may have. From wiper blades to major engine repair, they provide expert, reasonable solutions to keep your vehicles on the road. Go by there and see them today or call them at 931-839-3013. That's 931-839-3013. Go Wildcats! Absolute Fitness is the Upper Cumberland's premier fitness facility. Absolute Fitness has 2 floors and over 15,000 square feet. The upstairs boasts live fitness circuit machines and tons of cardio equipment. The downstairs has the most complete freeway equipment in the state. Locally owned by IFBB Pro, Jim Pacento and her husband Benny. It's a true hometown family gym. Whether you work out, tan, or enjoy a sauna, it's all one price. There's never sign-up fees or contracts. Absolute Fitness is located at 444 South Jefferson, across from Kroger. Call them today for more info at 931-526-2500.
Sometimes the fastest way to sell your real estate is not necessarily the best way. But when the agents at United Country Holcomb Realty and Auction Incorporated in Cookeville handle your sale, the fastest is the best. United Country has a unique nationwide marketing system to offer your property to millions of potential buyers, and its experience assures you of professional service in every detail. So stop by and see one of our agents at United Country Holcomb Realty and Auction Incorporated today.
Larry Wiley is a proud supporter of Monterey High School and junior high school sports, as well as academics. Being the Monterey Farm Bureau agent, Larry serves Putnam, Overton, and Cumberland counties with auto, home, health, and life insurance. For a comprehensive insurance review appointment, you can call Larry at 931-584-0042. That's 931-584-0042.
Monterey Foods, your hometown grocery store. From the time you enter their door until your groceries are carried to your car, you'll be treated as a valued customer. Come by and see Danny and his staff today. And remember, they have fresh cut meat daily, and check out their weekly specials at Monterey Foods on Facebook. They're located at the corner of Holly and Stratton in Monterey, or just give them a call at 931-839-2434. That's 931-839-2434.
The Thornton Agency is an independent insurance agency representing over 20 companies. They're able to tailor the right plan to fit every need at the best possible rate. Their number one goal is to provide you quality professional service. Their mission is to build long-lasting relationships, not just mere policyholders. Come by and see Josh today at 418 East Broad Street, Suite 1D in Cookeville, Tennessee. You can give Josh a call at 931-252-4659. That's 931-252-4659. You'll be glad you did.
We have 924 followers, and that total is growing daily. We sincerely appreciate all of the Wildcat Nation supporting Monterey Sports Network as we support all the Monterey area's athletes through all our social media resources. We'll go on. David, you want to take that next little spot right there?
On the talking about Grant Hoover there.
Yes, sir.
Right? Yeah. Hey, yeah, we just want to remind everybody that Grant Hoover will be starting offensive center for the Gray South All-Star team in the Blue-Gray All-American Bowl on January 31st. You know, hey, we talked about this the other day. This is a big deal.
Yes.
I mean,
yes.
You know, it's down in Tampa. They're playing at the Bucks Raymond James Stadium at noon. It'll be on ESPN3. So if you have that, be sure to look that up and watch one of our Monterey boys, you know, playing on the big screen there. So that'd be pretty cool. And
absolutely.
I think we're going to try to find out if any local channels are carrying that. We're not sure yet, but I'm also sure you can access that on the internet through ESPN or some of the other ones. But yeah, just look forward to seeing Grant in that. I mean, that's a huge deal.
Yes, absolutely. You know, he'll be big man on campus there, probably for a little bit, maybe even a little bit longer. So, you know, that's really well for him. You know, on to our junior high basketball. The teams are playing tonight at home as they host Pleasant Hill. They met at Pleasant Hill earlier this season on Monday, November 22nd, and both the girls and boys came up short as they lost both games. We will attempt to have a live calling report from Coach Dustin Agee and Joey Hoover during our broadcast tonight. So we're looking forward to that. And we're trying to get all our notes and get things ready. We're at 20 minutes left before tip-off. Sunbright's girls are going to the locker room right now. Our girls have yet to come out to get started, get warmed up. But we are we're at a great facility. We are sitting up. If you've ever been here, you know that we are actually sitting behind the scores table. So we're kind of sitting up like we did for Clark Range. But the good thing about this is back behind us, we don't have any of their fans.
That's right.
We don't have any of our fans. They're across from us. The gym, all the fans here sit on one side of the floor. You know, it's kind of evenly divided as far as home and visitor. So, you know, that's been one good thing here. This is, and I believe it was the assistant principal. I think she had introduced herself as Misty, that was here at Sunbright High School. She has taken care of us. So we really appreciate her. She's come by. She's checked with us. We've had a little bit to talk about beforehand, and you know, we really appreciate the hospitality that we've received here in Sunbright. So, David, how are we looking? I can't remember. I know it was just a few weeks ago that we had.
Yeah. We I've got I was kind of looking at the stats here. Now they did beat us 55-31. This was early on in the season, but I'm looking at our numbers here, and you start looking at these numbers. These are not the team that we've seen play the last couple of weeks. You know, Katie Hopkins was our high scorer with 9 points.
Okay.
You know, and you come down through here, Jordan Walker only had 3. Adeline Klaus only had 4. Lydia Phillips, you know, who put up the big game against Clark Range the other night, only had 2 points in that game. Lindsay Wright only had 5. Sally Markham had 2, and Abby Sasser had 5. So, and our percentages were way down. We shot, as a team, we shot 19% on our 2-pointers, 12% on our 3-pointers, and only 55% from the free throw. So, if we can put up numbers like we have the last few weeks,
yes,
it could be a different ball game.
Absolutely.
I was just trying to see if I had the other night against Clark Range what our percentages was. Should be right here.
The Sunbright game, David, wasn't that the one we got in a little bit of foul trouble and
we
early,
did,
and we pulled a lot of our players out and really lost our flow, and I think we were a little short-handed.
Yeah, we were
too.
That game. I know it's 55-31, but if I remember right, it was a whole lot closer than that until the fourth quarter.
Yeah,
if I can remember.
I think we even led the game in the first half. What was the halftime score? Did we write it down?
if I can find it, let's see. Halftime was 16-29. It was 11-12 in the first quarter.
Yeah, I'm just looking at, Vinny had mentioned about our fouls. We've got, looking back at our old sheets, looks like Abby Sasser had 4, Beyonce Johnson had 3, Katie Hopkins with 3, Allie Benjamin with 4.
So that wasn't the game that we fouled out of. That must
No, we were Smith County was one where we had Adeline, Abby, and Jordan, all 3 on the bench before it was over.
I don't know about you guys, but for me, it's with all these new teams in the district and everything, it's hard to keep it all straight. We were so used to going to those other places.
Yeah, this is a new facility for myself. I don't know about you guys, but
we played a preseason tournament.
We've done some preseason stuff here. I don't know if we've ever played Sunbright in regular season before this year or not.
I can't remember. Last year. We had them at home, but we didn't have to travel here due to COVID.
Right.
So that's what we were talking about beforehand. So we did have them at home, but we didn't make that trip.
I think we actually played Sunbright in the preseason tournament.
We did. We've played up here. We've played preseason up here for about the last 5 years now, and sometimes twice a year. Like this year, we played in the early summer. And then we played just before season started. We had a play day up here about 2 weeks before season started. For the girls, anyway. Now, I don't know if the boys come to that first one or not. I don't remember.
Let's see, boys, second one was at Van Buren. First one, I'm drawing a blank right now, but we didn't travel up here.
Yeah, now we were at Van Buren the same time y'all were.
Watertown. So we went to Watertown.
And we come here.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's definitely a.
Well, I think the Lady Cats are 2-6 right now, but I'll tell you there was 2 games that we definitely had in the bag with leads in the fourth quarter where they could easily be 4-4.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah.
And as we refresh our minds on Sunbright, I don't think that was one of the ones we were really in that game. It was one of the few that we just sort of. Got back behind, and we were just missing so many shots that game. It was just hard to get going. And like we've seen them play all year, a lot of their defense hinges on them being able to make the layups and get into their full court press.
Yeah. Yes.
And we just never got in a rhythm there. And I think we're going to see a different team here tonight.
I think so. I think maybe their heads in. We're back full force. We don't have anybody out tonight. I think we're healthy for once, and so that'll help too.
Yes, that's always great to have everybody, to be full strength, no sickness. Knock on wood, we're at that time. We're December. What are we at? December
7th,
I've gone
6th or 7th,
and,
7th, I think.
Yeah.
Now that time, unfortunately, flu season stuff starts rolling around, sickness, and hopefully we can avoid that. But you also, if it happens, it seems like it always hits at some point. You want it to be now. And not February.
Yeah, not the end of January, 1st February.
You want to be playing your best ball in February, not in December.
Yes. So, looking at the history, looks like the ladies have played 21 games with the Wildcats, our Lady Wildcats holding a 13-8 advantage, as well as a 49 to 43 points per game edge. The Lady Tigers from Sunbright are 5-0 over the last 3 years, plus the game last November 30th, in which the Lady Tigers won that one 55-31, like David had mentioned earlier. So, and Vinny mentioned, or as far as where our ladies are record-wise, we'll talk about here shortly about how our district is looking. But like you mentioned earlier, Vinny, this is a new district. It's definitely new for me. Like I said, I've been to several gyms watching my boys play, and this is definitely a new place for me tonight. And
well, I'll tell you one thing. It's nice to sit here and look around and not see 100 district championship banners hanging on the floor here. Gives you a little bit more of a comfortable feeling that we might be able to pull something out here after coming from Clark Range.
Yeah.
And I do notice the coach's name's not signed on the floor either, and I think that's a good thing.
And to talk a little bit about that Clark Range game, sitting here watching, and both of you guys have girls that are playing, on this end, like we played really well.
Yeah.
We just got to put that, that 4 quarters together, and
Well, I can tell you, Coach Rogers did not want to see Monterey down 7 with the ball with 4 minutes to play in that ball game.
No.
And it was, they didn't shoot that well. I mean, I'm talking about Clark Range. They missed a lot of shots, but when they did, we rebounded it.
Right.
And they really played, there's no such thing as moral victories in any sport. And I know the coaches told the girls that too. But at the same time, to come out of there, well, we lost by 14, but the game was much closer than that.
Absolutely, yes.
And hopefully they'll build some confidence out of that, because that's that was a really, really good showing. They played hard, and it was exciting. I didn't get on the mic that night. I stayed over there, and I will tell you that it was probably one of the best officiated games. I didn't listen to the broadcast of you guys getting on there, but they were out of it for a while there. They didn't really. They got a little at the boys' game. It got a little crazy because they weren't calling stuff,
Right.
But during the girls' game, it was just. It was just sort of a basketball game.
Right.
People were playing. The refs kind of stayed out of the way, which is a little unusual for us, because I feel like a lot of times the refs are getting in our way. What did you guys think on the broadcast?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's definitely was one of the better games that we've had officiate. I mean, I was just trying to remember back if we had any. Was it the first? There at one point we kind of got heavy-sided on the fouls. We were in the bonus, and they had 1 or 2.
It did.
And
they did seem like maybe we were getting more of the calls. Maybe that's why I was comfortable with the officiating, because as a fan sitting on the other side, there wasn't a lot to holler about, because they only called 1 or 2 fouls on us the whole.
I think it was the first half, wasn't it, guys?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And they kind of evened it up after that, probably the second quarter.
But
it was much better than a few of those crews that we've had on some of the games that we sat here with.
The guys that we had, we've never had much trouble out of them. Usually a pretty good bunch. I will say I caught a little bit of Lamar's post-game interview, in which he actually was very upbeat and positive about the Lady Wildcats, talking about how he felt like this is one of the better teams that he's faced, and said that was the first time that his girls this season had to weather through a 10-point run. I don't know if you remember, at one point we scored 10 unanswered points, which brought us into that 7-point, just being down by 7.
Absolutely.
And he was talking about how that was the first time his team, and of course, he was bragging on his team, how they weathered through it. He said, but that's the first time we've had to do that this whole season.
Well, with 4 minutes to play, it was a 7-point lead. We had 2 empty possessions. Then they scored a 2-pointer, and then we had the ball back. So, we were well within a position to have that to a 2-point game, 1-point game, and what I was impressed with the Lady Wildcats is that they didn't fade. They hung in there. They got beat. It was an 11-point lead at the end of the first quarter, and after that they played them even ball all the way through.
Yeah.
I mean,
the whole game.
The whole game. I mean, they got down by 11 in the first quarter, and then held it all the way through. It ended up losing by 14 with some free throws and things.
Guys, I did the research on that game last week with Clark Range versus 20 years. That's the second time their Lady Wildcats has held the score within 14 points.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
In 20 years.
I'd say if you check that where we cut it down to 7 points, that's probably just one or two few times that ever happened.
That's what I'm saying. With a 14, with a 14-point lead, a 14-point win, it was way closer than that. They were way closer than that. They never got into running the clock, or anything. I think with a minute and a half, 2 minutes left, they went into a little 4-corner. Clark Range did, but other than that, they were having to play ball all the way through.
Well, we got into the point where we were fouling, and unfortunately, Clark Range is very good from the free throw line.
Yep.
So some of that end of the game scoring was where we were fouling, trying to get the ball back.
Exactly.
And it didn't work in our favor like we'd hoped, because they were shooting a pretty high percentage from that free throw line.
The other thing is, Clark Range, you could see the discipline in their team, in their coaching when they were playing with a lead. And that's an area where our young Wildcats teams we've had some 15-point leads in the fourth quarter, and just playing with that lead and hanging on to it and playing smart.
That's
and
experience,
that's experience. And you could see that team was used to leading, and they were used to leading by a lot more than what they were. And it tested them. They got tested.
look at the patterns. Yeah, all around the gym. So it was a good game, guys. No doubt about it.
Right. Yes, it was great. Great atmosphere, great game. Well, I say great atmosphere. That is a tough gym to go into and play in.
It was.
But we did.
But we did.
We did. And
and it didn't get ugly like it has in games in the past.
Yeah,
and I think that had a lot to do with the officiating, too, because
did.
they stayed out of the way. You know, they just let that thing kind of ride. It almost got a little bit too much. Now, the thing I thought was a little bad, you know, I know we're talking about the girls' game, but over in the boys' game, they only called about 6 fouls in the second half, and 4 of them were on Randolph.
Yeah.
You know? So, I mean, it's like they were just calling fouls on a couple of, and there was one of their players they did the same thing to. It's like there was only one player on each side that they were calling.
Yeah.
That was a little frustrating, but I think, you know, we represented ourselves well as the purple up there at Clark Range. And I can guarantee you they don't want to see us coming back up there.
We played better than anything I've saw over the years.
Boys and girls, both sides.
Yeah, well, boys, we've dominated.
Yeah.
Yes.
Up till last year at home, and
Yeah.
we laid a big old egg up there.
Yeah.
We shouldn't have lost that game.
No.
But I think that domination is going to keep on going. You know, if our we're going to have a boys game coming up here in a minute, but if our boys play like they did up there at Clark Range and come back from all that adversity, they couldn't buy a basket. How many quarters?
No. I mean, the first quarter, the lid was on the basket on this end.
Yeah.
I mean,
Silas couldn't buy a layup.
we couldn't
None of them could buy a layup.
They couldn't buy a basket.
layups, free throws, and then, you know, the fouls. There was a little bit of chirping from the student section, which kind of, you know, and then behind us.
Well, yeah, it fed over to the court. Yeah.
So, but yes, we haven't seen our officials for tonight here, so we'll see. It could be, I think David had mentioned earlier, it could be a different crew since we're in East Tennessee.
Yeah.
So, you know, we'll see how it goes. And, you know, one thing I know we've tried to talk to Nick about, and you guys have probably talked to your girls about as well, is you may not agree with what the call may be on the floor, but you arguing, it's not going to get them to be like, oh, I'm sorry, you're right.
Yeah.
They're not going to change their mind.
What was I thinking? You know,
Well, I can tell you, honestly, on both of our teams, and I was concerned a little bit with the boys' team coming in because some of those boys, you know, have had a little bit of a temper in the past. They really, and I commented Silas after the game the other night and how level-headed I thought he was. You know,
Yes.
there's some times where I thought maybe in the past he might have lost his mind a little bit, you know, and
Yes.
he'll shake his head a couple times and shake it off, and the whole boys' team's doing that. You know, they're doing real well, and I think our girls' team historically has been that way, anyways, haven't they, David? I mean, we don't have a lot of hotheads. They're pretty good about taking it and rolling with it. But the boys' team, I've seen a lot of maturity out of some of those players from the time they were freshmen to where they're at now.
I would agree with you on that, yeah. But we are at about 4:16, give or take, right before this girls tips off. Looking for, what did we say it was earlier this year, 55-31?
55-31, yeah.
So, you know, looking for a better showing. Like you mentioned, Vinny, if we can play like we did Friday night at Clark Range, if we can bring that here. It's the same color, so they could kind of look at it and be like, hey, this is – but, you know, I'll be curious to see how we do tonight. Hopefully we've got a good game plan. Girls hopefully have had a good couple of days. Well, I guess one.
Well, I thought the coaching on the girls' side was better on Clark Range, too. I mean, they kind of held their own, you know, with them. And I thought they did a good job. I think they're settling a little bit more into the confidence of their team and understanding what's going on. And hopefully that'll carry over into tonight as well.
Yeah, well, they've upped it to almost 7 minutes now, so we got a little bit more time. But hey, I guess who knows? I don't know what's. We're just glad to be here, right?
Yeah, yeah. Technically, I think we got about 10 minutes where the game's supposed to start. So
Okay.
So start at 6:30 Eastern time. So.
Well, one thing, you know, speaking of technically, brings to my mind. I think. Coach Martin's got a 3-game streak going on technical fouls. And,
well, you know.
and the girls' JV coach got a technical foul the other night for talking to the refs when got counseled on, that the JV coach isn't allowed to talk to the referees. It's an automatic technical, so
especially not standing up and doing it.
Not standing up and doing it. So it was an interesting night for technicals, and so I want to see Coach Martin. I want him to get his technical a little later in the game this time. I don't mind him getting one, there, but he's been getting them early. Stretch it out. Then he gets stuck sitting down the whole night. We
were talking about that coming up, and there's a rule. We brought Brandon Dillon with us tonight to the game, and they were talking about Coach Martin getting his technicals, and they said, I think the rule is if a player gets one, then they have 50 laps that they run in the gym. So, Brandon or Nick once said, we got to tell Coach Martin he owes us about 250 laps or something like that, because I think it's 4 games in a row.
Yeah. I'll tell you, having an intense head coach, I've had one, in the past, and it takes a lot of pressure off the kids, because, when the coach is up there screaming at the refs and he's taking up for you, it gives the players a chance just to kind of step away. And Coach Martin's on them hard. And, they're just like, let's let Coach Martin do the yelling, and I don't want to be yelled at by him, and I'll stay back. And I think he might have tempered some of those, some of those attitudes and things that maybe we were talking about before, where quite a contrast to Coach West, right, where Coach West would just sit there and just quiet as can be,
Yeah, the players are probably taking a lunch or two, maybe a dinner.
Yeah.
Or a milkshake or a taco or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were.
Coach Martin's, he's a character to watch over there on the sidelines. I get a kick out of watching him.
It's not taking anything away from Adam.
Right.
But it's totally opposite.
It is. It's like night and day.
Yeah. Opposite. The opposite. What I was talking about. Adam is he's so laid back.
He is.
Yes.
Yep.
He's probably carrying on a conversation with him over there. And
yep.
Of course, Linus is he's a bear.
What I think about is kind of funny. I don't know if you guys ever thought about it, but Coach Martin was his assistant sitting on the bench, so he was about to pop every night when he was over there, but he couldn't.
How many testicles did he get while he was an assistant?
I know watching last year compared to this year, obviously he's moved up a seat, but I know that the referees would go over and they would tell Adam, hey, he's got to be quiet or he's got to stay seated.
Defer to him a little bit.
Yeah, he's got to set him down. So,
but the one he got the other night, I will tell you this,
that was cheap.
It was pitiful because the referee that gave it to him was in the back court. And
away from the play.
Yeah, he was backing up, and then Coach asked me, he said, what'd you give me that for?
He couldn't tell him.
And so,
Well, when you start getting the reputation of that, the referees are just like everybody else. They talk, and they talk through, and then, when you're coming in expecting to get one, okay, I know this coach is a hothead, we're going to tee him up, get control of him early, and you get a little of that referee ego thing going on. So hopefully these referees aren't going to know. Well, actually, I'm looking across the crowd.
We got one over there.
We got one that is not very Monterey friendly tonight. We'll see how he does here.
Yeah,
same one we had in Wartburg that had a few people made a few people H at the gym, and we won't call no names, but
and he's also teed up the coaches quite a bit. He's one that he takes things a little personal.
Yeah, he's a little quick on the technical, so.
So this may be his area that he covers because we're only 10 miles.
We had him in Wartburg. It was at Wartburg.
Yeah, we're in the same county. But what surprised me was when he showed up at Van Buren.
That is right.
Yeah, because I was like, okay, I can understand it here, but what are you doing in Van Buren? You know, but
well, and we were talking. I can't even think of who it was. One of our refs we had. Oh, they came from Gallatin, and we had them. And I can't even think of who we were talking about. It was Nick and I. We were talking about it, and the ref apparently had traveled from Gallatin to cover one of our games. So I guess it's just
Well,
he's not on he's not on the Monterey Christmas card list. I can tell you that right now.
What I can tell about the TSSAA, right now they're.
If you can breathe, you can breathe and blow a whistle right now, they've actually waived some of the qualifications that you have to have because they're hurting so bad.
They got 30 people
Well, we saw that the other night when they were training a referee on the job. You know, you don't see, usually they do that on a JV
They've
game.
got 30 people on the payroll for the TSSAA, and the rest of them are
being trained as on the job. It's like on the job training,
like co-op or
well, it was the game the other night at Clark Range where they had
they
had one. That might have been part of the reason there weren't so many fouls called. You know?
I think we got one tonight too, just from the JV game.
Well, we are gonna go quiet. They're getting ready to play our national anthem, so we will be right back.
Service to get things ready for this game tonight. For all the people in the background, we thank you for all of their dedication as well. Now watch over us tonight. Help us have a good game, Father. Help us exercise good sportsmanship. But Father, we want to thank you most of all for your love, especially during this time of the year. And thanks about your Son coming to this world, knowing you're going to die for our sins. We thank you, Father, for that love. In your name we pray. Amen.
Welcome back we're getting ready to tip this one off, this girls' game off. So we are coming to you from the First Volunteer Bank broadcast booth. Monterey Drugs had our pregame show. We are getting ready to have our Lady Wildcats introduced.
You know, Larry, right before they do their introductions, you know, with looking around, nice national anthem, everybody standing, hands on their hearts, players all attentive, and then beautiful prayer to start the thing. It's nice to live in East Tennessee, you know it?
Absolutely. Absolutely. But we are, we've got our A1 Auto Repair first period getting ready to start. They have turned out the lights like they do in Clark Range.
Looks like we're running the same starting five that we had in Clark Range.
Yes, looks like we've got Jordan Walker, Abby Sasser, Adeline Klaus,
Zoe
Gore, and Lindsay Wright. Let's see. Sunbright's going to come off with Addison Shannon, number 4. Number 3, Holly Nitschke. Number 10, Alexis Northrup.
Number 24, Lindsay Brown.
24 is going to be Lindsay Brown.
And that forward, senior, number 1.
Number 1 is going to be Casey Newport. That is going to be the starting lineups there for. So we are ready to go. Once again, for our Lady Wildcats, you've got Abby Sasser, Adeline Klaus, Jordan Walker, Zoe Gore, and Lindsay Wright. So we are about to tip this one off here. And
Monterey's in their road black again out here tonight. The sharp-looking uniforms. I really like the way they looked at Clark Range.
Yes. So we are good to go. We're about to jump this one off.
What do you think the over and under on Coach Farley getting a technical foul would be? I'd say pretty low, wouldn't you? I'd have to take the under on that one.
Yes. Looks like Sunbright's going to take the tip there. That's going to be Nitschke over to Shannon, one of the Shannon girls, being guarded closely by Zoe Gore. Hand off to Brown. Kind of a little weave action. They're keeping it on the right side of the floor.
What defense are they set up in? It looks like are they a man-to-man, or is this that 3-2 zone? I can't tell.
Yeah, it looks like at least when they ran a couple of Sunbright's girls ran through, it kind of
little matchup zone maybe, or
looked like they were going man, but we'll see. It's kind of one of those little bit of everything, but a missed shot there.
And we're one and done. That's something we've been able to say a lot. I hope the rebounding stays solid as it has the last couple of games.
Yeah, it's about 45 seconds off the clock there. That's Gore over to right. And block shot.
She was looking for the foul there.
Yeah, missed shot. And then we have, that should have been a double dribble, but no call there. It's going to be Shannon over to
it's a three-point shot.
That's a three by number 24, which is going to be Lindsey Brown.
And Sunbright's putting a little pressure on the ball, bringing it up.
And if I remember correctly, let's see, from the last game, their leading scorer was Newport. So she had 18, so that's going to be number one out there.
Should have been, that's off Sunbright, Monterey ball.
That first score, Vinny, was that 24? Was that Brown that hit that shot?
I think it was from the corner, yes.
And we have a miscommunication on the inbounds there, and that's going to be Newport right there all the way. She takes the steal, goes for the hoop and the horn.
Not a good spot from the backside for Lindsay to make that foul. If you're going to make that foul there, take them out.
Right, that's going to be number one on Lindsay. Foul and the basket. The basket's going in. That's number Newport. She scores a layup there. Going for the old-fashioned three-point play, and she gets it.
She gets it. Sunbright's going to continue to put some pressure on him, it looks like.
Yeah, I think, and it seems to be that way with several teams. They get into that after a made basket, they jump right into the pressure, and then they call the turnover there. That's Brown racing back down the floor. And that's going to be an unfortunate foul on Gore there, but she's going to pick that one up, I believe.
Yeah, at least Gore fouled her hard enough to keep the shot out of the rim.
Yes, that is the one thing that you want to do. Right. if you're going to make that foul,
don't let them score.
Yes. First one up,
rattles in and out. So it's a 6-0 lead here for Sunbright early on in the game.
Next one's up and good.
7-0. Monterey's had a couple of looks. They had a good three-point look and a couple of layup opportunities, but they've turned the ball over on the last two possessions. Let's see if they can get in their offensive set here. That looked like it could have been a little foul over the back on Gore.
Yeah, it's kind of hard where we're at in this corner, but
we lose a little bit over there. It looks like Lindsay's going to be called for a travel. We couldn't see it, but nobody's arguing, so it must have been a good call.
So Sunbright brings it. They quickly across the timeline here. That's going to be Nitschke.
5:46 to play, 7-0. Wildcats are trailing. It's an open jumper.
That's
Gore with the rebound.
Nitschke
push the ball.
Takes that. There's no foul called. There's two reaching in on Gore, but no fouls called. Brings it across the timeline, being
she's
closely
about to
guarded.
Get trapped. There's nobody up coming around to come get the ball to help her.
Yeah, she's got...
Lindsay's coming out on her first substitution. We'll bring in
Hopkins,
our freshman Hopkins, who she's been the consistent sixth man for this team off the bench, and she can light it up when she gets hot.
So they're running, as you can see, I think we've matched up here. And they inbounded it there to Newport. She ball fakes and then goes up and under. No good there, but
they Sunbright came back by with the rebound.
Chases her own.
To the corner. That's an open 3, and they knocked it down. We're going to have to get out on those shooters.
Yeah, that's a number.
So what we know is it's our high-low game is our offensive set, and they just have not been able to really start an offensive possession the way that they want to. They're having a hard time getting the ball set.
Yeah, and that's a 3 taken by Sasser over there.
Was off Sunbright. It's going to be Monterey ball. 4:43 to play. 10-0. Lady Wildcats are down, but they do have the ball at the baseline.
It looked like Newport had blood on her finger, so she's come out. They inbounded that. Gore inside to Sasser. Misses that layup. And rebounded by Nitschke. Nitschke's bringing it to full length of the floor. Nobody stopped the ball. And
that call foul, that looked like a clean block. I guess they're saying she got her with her body a little bit.
Looked like that offhand did get her. It was clean, but if she didn't put that
left hand was out a little bit. I think you're right.
Yeah, so
Monterey's come out a little bit flat. We were hoping to get a little carryover from that Clark Range game, but early on here, it's 11-0.
Yeah, that's going to be number 3. That's going to be Nitschke shooting. 21 has come in. That's going to be 21 and 22. That's going to be Smith and Shannon.
They hit them both. They're shooting well from the line.
And it looks like we are going to take our first time out of the game.
4:40 to play, 12-0.
We will be right back.
Losing.
Sometimes the fastest way to sell your real estate is not necessarily the best way. But when the agents at United Country Holcomb Realty and Auction Incorporated in Cookeville handled your sale, the fastest is the best. United Country has a unique nationwide marketing system to offer your property to millions of potential buyers, and its experience assures you of professional service in every detail. So stop by and see one of our agents at United Country Holcomb Realty and Auction Incorporated.
To go in this first quarter, Lady Wildcats currently trailing 12-0. Sunbright's run in about 3 or 4 players, give or take. Just checking in, we've got Beyonce Johnson that's checked in.
Lydia Phillips checked in.
So we've got Phillips on the floor. Phillips.
So it looks
Hawkins.
Looks like the coaches are looking for a little spark. We just, are flat. They're getting breakaways. We're fouling them. They're making layups. We're getting turnovers. And once again, we didn't get set in our offense. It
was a quick trip down there. That was a pass from Hopkins to Johnson, and it gets tipped off of Johnson and goes out of bounds. So now we are back on defense, playing a little man-to-man defense. And it's a good backdoor cut there, but she misses, thankfully.
It's a good rebound. But, they're just really pressuring us at every turn, and we're struggling to get the ball down the court.
Yeah, and that's a 3-point shot. They end up stealing the ball. That's a 3-point shot from Phillips. Quickly shoots a layup and gets hammered.
Fouled.
But that was a 3-point shot from the corner that you guys probably couldn't see. That was Northrop taking the shot. She misses. Phillips chases it down, and then she gets fouled. So hopefully we can put our first couple of points on the board.
And we've seen this team, go on some, 7, 8, 9, 10-point runs. So they've got the capability to get right back in this game. But, we've got to get the ball to go in the basket and set the defense up and turn them over some.
Yes. Yeah. First one. Misses it. Misses the second one.
So 3:53 to play. Still a 12-0 lead for Sunbright. She's going all the way down coast to coast.
This is one of their players that played during the that's going to be, I believe that is one of the Shannon girls that played during the JV game. But
yeah, they're putting a lot of defensive pressure. They're double teaming the ball, and they just seem quicker. We seem a little bit out of place.
Yes. Phillips over to Sasser, and she goes in and is stripped away by...
Should be a travel. That
Northrop.
Was a good call. That was a very good call. She was on her knees and slid. There's been a couple times this year that hasn't been called.
And we've got Benjamin coming in for Sasser. So we've gone to the bench early tonight. We've got only one starter in, and that's going to be Klaus.
You get the feel the coaches are just looking for somebody to make something to happen.
Yes.
Here. Trying to find that combination.
Yeah, we got to get something. We got to get going. So on the floor for your Lady Wildcats, it's going to be Hopkins, Benjamin, Phillips, Johnson, and Klaus. Quickly, just working it around there. Over to Johnson. And that's going to be a 3-point shot taken by Klaus outside.
And that was one of their better possessions. They got 4 or 5 passes out of that, got an open shot out of it. So that was good to see. Let's see if they can get a defensive stop here and get something going. That's a nice block by Klaus.
Yeah, you know, like he's mentioned, Vinny, we're just playing flat. There's a strip by Phillips there. It should have been another reach in. That should be almost a takedown on. There we go.
There it is.
Get those first 2 points.
Well, I'm a little surprised they're dropping back into the half-court set here and not setting the pressure up.
Well, you know, I'm wondering if it's just for the fact that that's a good strip there, that we're playing so hard on
offense.
Yeah. That should have been something there, but nothing's called.
They're going to call that a jump ball, I'd say.
Got a jump ball, which we retained possession there. We got a technical foul call on number 22. So they're real quick on that. So that's actually going to be a...
Usually Lindsay Wright would be our top free throw shooter.
Well,
she's not in right now. It's a foul on us.
Yeah, that was on us. That was on us. So it'll be a 2-shot.
I was looking at their number 22. I thought it was... Did you pick up on what that call was for, Larry?
He said for talking. So I don't know. I mean, she did get she was getting hammered right here. So, I mean, that's a frustration thing. First one misses. Second one knocks down the second one. So that jump ball actually just ended up going back to we still retain the jump ball era. But
possession did not change because of the technical foul, I guess.
Yes. So they get 2 shots and the ball, and your score is 13-2 with 2 minutes left. And we got a box out there. That's going to be our ball there. And 2 of these guys, this one is right here in front of us and the one to our right, they called the JV game. So it's one of those, I'm not sure what was said, but unfortunate. We do pick up one, so that's actually a personal foul on Johnson here. We have a turnover. Phillips trying to create something.
13-2 right now, minute 40 to play. So I'm not sure, can the viewers back home, can they see the scoreboard on this camera angle?
Yeah.
So we don't have to yell out the score as much as we did. There's that jump ball call now, so the possession arrow is going to stay with Monterey.
So that's going to bring in 2 more Sunbright ladies.
Well, fortunately, Sunbright cooled down a little bit in the last couple of minutes, and it's still just an 11-point game. So as bad as the start's been for us, we're still in this ball game with just a couple of possessions.
Yeah, and that foul is called from the guy on the left. You know, the foul happened right in front of the one on the baseline. The one came. Thankfully, he called it because otherwise it was not going to get called.
No, and it's going to be a 2 shooting foul, so it's 2 shots.
First one up and good.
It's a good-looking free throw. She had a nice stroke on that one.
Yes.
See, the Sunbright coach over there's got a lot to say to the referee about that call. He's explaining that it was a push, and he doesn't seem to like it.
Well, he can watch game film. He can watch our replay of this and see that it was.
We might have to give him our first replay.
Yes, that's a good rebound there by Johnson. Kicks it up there. That's a long.
Man, Adeline was running away from that ball instead of going to it.
That's going to be long. That's going to be a rebound there by Phillips, and everybody's running off and leaving her.
She's got 3 players on her. Somebody's got to be open.
And she's handling it really well. There's got to be good look there.
It wasn't pretty, but we got it out.
Yes. And over to Johnson, takes a shot.
There's a reach foul.
That's going to be her second. That's going to be on 22, Beyonce Johnson. So already total of 5 team fouls for Lady Wildcats and 2 for Sunbright.
35 seconds left in the half. Looks like they're going to try to hold it for the last shot here. If we can get a stop here, it's still just a 12-point game, which is as bad as that first quarter is. I think we're going to definitely improve as the game goes on.
And there's 6 team foul there by Hopkins on that sideline there.
So still looking at the lineup, Adeline Klaus is the only starter in right now. So they, as you said earlier, Larry, they went to the bench early, and defensively at least they kind of shut Sunbright down a little bit.
Yes. Yeah, and unfortunately for us, our next foul, they're going to be shooting. So.
And they've been shooting free throws well, so.
Yes. And that one
was a nice backdoor cut.
And that's
again, we're going to have to figure out how to get through this double team. I mean, every time they inbounds the ball, they've got a double team going on us, and we're struggling to deal with that.
Yes, and we're going to take a quick break. That's the end of the first quarter at 15-3. Lady Wildcats are down.
First Volunteer Bank, we're not just a community bank. We're a bank that's here for our community. We know our customers by name and treat them like family. And we're here to serve our community however we can. Whether it's teaching financial literacy in our local schools or collecting and donating thousands of canned food items each year to local food banks, we're a part of your community. If you're looking for a community banking relationship, we make it easy for you to switch because we're here to help you every step of the way, right down to a local person on the other end of the phone to assist you when you need it. First Volunteer Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Welcome back to Sunbright High School, home of the Tigers. We are coming to you. The second quarter sponsor is going to be First Volunteer Bank. Looks like jump ball. The possession is going to go to Sunbright to start this quarter. On the floor, you've got the same 5 that ended that first quarter. So you've got Hopkins. We've got Hopkins. Klaus, Johnson, let's see, Benjamin, and Phillips. Excuse me on that. I was couldn't get it together there. But had a jump ball, so that turns it over to us right there. We've got a good inbounds there. Benjamin is going to take that. That should have been something, but still no calls coming. We got a steal there after a shot by Benjamin. And there we go. We've got a block shot that turns into a foul there. Foul's going to be on Newport there. So Johnson's going to the line, shooting 2. Coach is still trying to get an explanation on that one, and that was one of those offhand things.
Well, when he's only had 3 fouls called in his team, all the way through, I don't know what he's complaining about so much. He must think that they shouldn't be getting any calls.
Right. So Johnson misses the first one. Second one, she's getting ready for. Second one is up and knocks that one down.
So an 11-point lead, and Monterey's coming out in a little bit of a pressure. The first time tonight we've seen the press.
Yes, and that's a good group to have on the floor. That's going to.
It is, and they got the first turnover out of it too. It paid off early.
Yes, that's quickly advancing at Hopkins up to Phillips, to Benjamin, into Klaus, back to Johnson. Going down on the right side, misses that one.
She might have got away with a little push there.
Yes.
Lydia Phillips with the offensive rebound and banked it in.
Yes.
So it's a single-digit lead here back in the press. See if we can get another turnover, another stop here. Maybe make a little that could have been a travel right there. I thought that pivot got picked up.
I believe they missed that one there, but they're swinging it around, Sunbright, and then swings it down. Oh, and then that's going to be Northrop, number 10 there.
Good defense, so we need a little movement here and get out of this double team trap, get the ball to the center of the floor.
There we go. Benjamin's bringing it over. Good. Over to Phillips. Just there you go there. So we're doing a lot of standing.
Yeah, just,
it's going to be a jump ball.
That was just an unforced dribbling turnover there.
Looks like Wright is going to come back in for Hopkins.
17-6, 6:17 to play. Back in the press.
They advance it over the timeline. Kicks it out here. Let's see who the foul is going to be on. They're going to be 22. That's going to be Beyonce. That's her third. Looks like Markham's getting ready to check in here.
Beyonce Johnson's going to check out with 3 fouls here.
You got Markham checked in for Johnson. First one up and good. That's going to be Nitschke. Hits that first one. Second one up and good.
Sunbright's shooting free throws pretty well, and the fact that they were in the bonus so early is going to make a difference. Good job by Phillips breaking the press and feeding it to Alley.
Very good getting that down the floor.
That was a good-looking play. Nice open look.
Yes. They are quickly back down the floor, puts up that shot. That is going to be number 21. That's going to be Smith. Phillips across the timeline. I tell you, she has put in some good time, good minutes, and that's just going to help her down the road. She misses that layup right there.
I know we've said it a lot. She's just an 8th grader, and she built in a solid foundation to help anchor this team in the years to come.
Yes. 21-6, 5:33 left in this half. She's at the line, going to be shooting 2. First one up and good. Sasser is checking back in for Benjamin.
So Coach has got 3 of her starters back out there now, with Markham and Phillips being the 2 bench players that are left. She made 1 of 2, but we're in there scrapping for the rebound. It's going to come away with a jump ball. We can't see the possession arrow, but it's ours. So
it's ours.
21-7.
So maybe we can get...
We had it to 9 points a little bit earlier. It's the closest we've been since they stretched the lead. There's Lindsay back in.
There we go. That's a good...
Dropping a 3. It's good to see her.
That's a good Monterey Foods 3-pointer right there by Wright.
Come away with a stop here and a bucket, and we'll have it back to single digits.
That's going to be number 10 taking a shot outside, and it goes out of bounds. Oh.
Adeline was going down for it. It looks like it was going to be going out on us, but we got the ball. It is out on Sunbright. Good.
Yeah, we've got sub coming in for Sunbright. That's going to be Brown coming in for Shannon.
So 5 minutes to play.
Got Sasser going to up the, and that's how you move without the ball there. That's a great job there by Phillips. She was moving without the ball. Sasser had it. Sasser gets the offensive board, misses that layup, and they have actually released 2 down the floor.
Down there. This is
1 down the floor for a quick layup. Like as soon as the ball left her hands.
We had that happen the other night where we were getting beat back on defense, and when the other team grabs that rebound, our big people need to turn around and get back. They need to.
Got a foul on number 10, which is going to be on Northrop. And she comes to the bench. That's number 4 and number 1 for Sunbright, which is going to be Newport and Shannon coming back in. So that's going to be their 15th foul. So we are still a couple away from shooting.
A game like this, we want to just try to hang around and stay close until our shots start falling. There's turnover by Markham.
Yeah, reach in and nothing called
Nothing
there.
called.
That's going to be Newport taking it all the way in, and then Brown with the offensive board.
Yeah, nobody around her. It was an easy rebound and putback.
Phillips bringing it across the timeline real quick. And there's a runner, but that's okay. She gets her own board.
Yeah,
And
she just missed it.
She's battling there.
She is.
So, we're definitely playing flat. We're not playing like we did the other night. So
now, not offensively and defensively, we've just never really had more than a half a possession, it seems like, where we looked like ourselves.
Yes, that's Brown taking a shot from the corner there. It goes off the top of the backboard and ends up in Wright's hand. She's bringing it across the timeline. Spin move over to Wright. She may have gotten fouled, but no call. So I guess that was no foul, and she gets her on board, kicks the sideline for a 2-footer, and good. So
and we need to work on getting the ball into Adeline and Abby down low like that. There's a nice steal. They've got numbers.
And that's got to be something. That's. So it was called out of bounds.
Out of bounds. Ball to us.
So that's going to be Phillips gets up limping a little bit. So that's Klaus inside to Sasser. And
that's a nice
reverse way up there. And good.
And we've got it back to a 9-point game with 3 minutes to play. It looks like Gore's getting ready to check in.
Yes.
This last 3 minutes is going to be critical for, what kind of opportunity we have going to the second half.
And there's Wright going coast to coast. And nothing happened there. No foul there.
Good position. Good position. That was good work on the offensive boards.
Yeah, you've got Klaus that misses that. Sasser gets that rebound and ends up getting fouled, shooting 2.
See if we can drop these free throws here.
So Gore for our Lady Wildcats are coming back in, and Shannon is coming in. So Gore comes in for Phillips, and they've got one of their girls comes in for Newport. Second one up, misses that.
Missed them both. We've left. Well, I haven't been keeping accurate count, but I know we've missed several free throws.
Yes, and they're quickly across the timeline. Kicks it out here to Shannon. Shannon for 3 and knocks it down.
Yeah, those empty possessions hurt.
Yes. Oh, and
Right,
Lindsay led her too much to the corner there. So we're still not settled down yet.
No, we get it to 9, and then before you know it, it's back to 14, and they've got the ball. So
yes, Northrop back in for Shannon. So we're in our 1-2-1-1 half court or full court press, trying to get us a good turnover here, and they beat the press. They get it kicked over to Brown, and then Markham's got her boxed out. No call. It should have been over the back, but no call. But Phillips gets it. She's going on a 2-on-2 break. That's a good defensive stop right there, unfortunately, on our end. That Nitsky there, she's straight up, no foul call. She quickly brings it to the free throw line.
Knocks down the jumper.
Knocks down that 15-footer. So Markham inbounds it to Gore. Gore brings it across the timeline over to Markham. Markham for 2. Markham scores. Great way up there. So there.
That was a good finish.
Yes, very good left hand, left side, and there's Shannon again. That rolls around.
In and out, and we came away with the rebound.
That's got to be, there should be. There we go. We get a foul. That's going to be on 15, so we're going to be shooting a 1-on-1. 15 for them is going to be Trent. Klaus should be shooting a 1-on-1.
That's going to even out the the foul calls for the half, 7-7 with 1:31 to play.
Klaus is going to be shooting a 1-on-1. 1:31 left. First one up and good. Second one is up and good. There we go.
So you got a 12-point game with 1:31 to play. You know, again, we've got a chance to chip away at it here.
Yes.
That almost looked like a travel. She jumped up and caught her.
Seems like several of theirs have been, but they've advanced it over there, get it over the timeline. So on the floor for your Lady Wildcats, we've got Sasser, Gore, Markham, Wright, and Klaus.
Sunbright's doing a good job bringing the ball in and getting back out, moving the ball well. That's good hands by Adeline. Get a nice little slap away there. But, you know, once again, that double team, every time one of our players comes up with the ball, there's two of their players right around them.
Yeah.
They just jump into that double team, and we just can't seem to find the open player.
There we go. Good advance. Now get it across the timeline. And that's not no spot you want to get it in.
There's the trap, but she did a good job getting it over.
Very
Abby.
good.
That's a little bit of a late look there. She flashed open there for a second.
40 seconds left.
But it's off of Sunbright, fortunately, when it maintains Monterey possession.
So we are quickly coming to the end of this first half. That should have been a foul over the back. That's Gore trying to take that in. Wright gets it.
Offensive rebound, tries to step in with. They're going to call a jump ball there. Off all that, I thought they were going to call a late foul on her after all that action, but they maintained the no calls.
That's going to be Shannon and Newport coming in for Shannon.
So
and Northrop.
Monterey came up empty on that possession. Still a 12-point lead, 30 seconds to play. It's going to be important to try to keep Sunbright from scoring here and keep it at a 12-point game at the half.
Yes. Yeah, they'll hold it for one here, and they're swinging it around the perimeter.
We need to make sure we get out of those three-point shooters and not give them the momentum of a three-pointer here on the
right there from the corner.
They airballed it, but
and
no rebound there by Wright. We're going to go in the locker room at a 14-point deficit. But I'll tell you, as bad as 14-point is, the way we played, that's really a lot closer than we might have been had things fell a little bit different.
Yes. So we're going to take a break right now. We're coming into the half at 32-18. We'll be right back.
Please stay tuned for the Thornton Agency halftime show, where we'll recap the first half action as well as go over stats of the first half after a word from our sponsor.
At First Volunteer Bank, we're not just a community bank. We're a bank that's here for our community. We know our customers by name and treat them like family, and we're here to serve our community however we can. Whether it's teaching financial literacy in our local schools or collecting and donating thousands of canned food items each year to local food banks, we're a part of your community. If you're looking for a community banking relationship, we make it easy for you to switch because we're here to help you every step of the way, right down to a local person on the other end of the phone to assist you when you need it. First Volunteer Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Neighbors helping neighbors, that's what the VEC Customer Share Fund accomplishes. Participating customers round up their monthly bill to the nearest dollar. The extra money goes into a shared fund that supports Monterey High School sports and academics, as well as other community projects throughout the VEC area, making Monterey and surrounding communities an even better place to live. Make your change count today and sign up for the VEC Customer Share Program. At Monterey Drugs, our focus is on you. You're not just a number, you're our neighbor. We'll get to know you so we can give you the best personal service you deserve. Monterey Drugs, your hometown pharmacy, is a proud sponsor of Wildcat Sports. Located on Elmore Street, right next to the dollar store. You can call them today at 931-839-6777. That's 931-839-6777. Monterey Drugs wishes the best for Monterey High School sports and academics. You're looking for honest, dependable, and experienced shop to have your vehicle repaired, check out A1 Auto Repair just outside of Monterey on Highway 70. Bill and Kurt have the knowledge and experience to handle almost any auto repair need you may have. From wiper blades to major engine repair, they provide expert, reasonable solutions to keep your vehicles on the road. Go by there and see them today or call them at 931-839-3013. That's 931-839-3013. Go Wildcats! Absolute Fitness is the Upper Cumberland's premier fitness facility. Absolute Fitness has 2 floors and over 15,000 square feet. The upstairs boasts live fitness circuit machines and tons of cardio equipment. The downstairs has the most complete free weight equipment in the state. Locally owned by IFBB Pro Jen Facento and her husband Vinny, it's a true hometown family gym. Whether you work out, tan, or enjoy a sauna, it's all one price. There's never sign-up fees or contracts. Absolute Fitness is located at 444 South Jefferson, across from Kroger. Call them today for more info at 931-526-2500.
Sometimes the fastest way to sell your real estate is not necessarily the best way, but when the agents at United Country Holcomb Realty and Auction Incorporated in Cookeville handle your sale, the fastest is the best. United Country has a unique nationwide marketing system to offer your property to millions of potential buyers, and its experience assures you of professional service in every detail. So stop by and see one of our agents at United Country Holcomb Realty and Auction Incorporated today.
Larry Wiley is a proud supporter of Monterey High School and junior high school sports, as well as academics. Being the Monterey Farm Bureau agent, Larry serves Putnam, Overton, and Cumberland counties with auto, home, health, and life insurance. For a comprehensive insurance review appointment, you can call Larry at 931-584-0042. That's 931-584-0042.
Monterey Foods, your hometown grocery store. From the time you enter their door until your groceries are carried to your car, you'll be treated as a valued customer. Come by and see Danny and his staff today. And remember, they have fresh cut meat daily, and check out their weekly specials at Monterey Foods on Facebook. They're located at the corner of Holly and Stratton in Monterey, or just give them a call at 931-839-2434. That's 931-839-2434.
The Thornton Agency is an independent insurance agency representing over 20 companies. They're able to tailor the right plan to fit every need at the best possible rate. Their number one goal is to provide you quality professional service. Their mission is to build long-lasting relationships, not just mere policyholders. Come by and see Josh today at 418 East Broad Street, Suite 1D in Cookeville, Tennessee. You can give Josh a call at 931-252-4659. That's 931-252-4659. You'll be glad you did.
Welcome back to Sunbright High School, home of the Tigers. As we brought this game to you a little bit early because they are on Eastern time zone here. So we are at halftime. The Thornton Agency halftime shows as our Lady Wildcats currently down 32-18, and as Vinny had mentioned earlier, you know that's it could have been a lot worse. We get some things to fall, whether it's free throws, whether it's getting the ball down the floor, then this could be a different game. But I think their scoring is kind of going a little bit of here, there, and everywhere as far as for both teams. You know, we've just got to settle down, in my opinion, and know what we're supposed to be doing as far as when we're out there on the floor. You know, our girls haven't come back out of the locker room just yet. Sunbright is already out, and they are getting warmed up. So with 3:18 left, like I said, we are getting ready to actually have the Absolute Fitness third quarter. So hopefully our girls can come back out. And, you know, Sunbright, they beat us 55-31 last time. And they are, I can't remember what the halftime score was the first time. But it was, like I said, we only scored, or they scored 51 or 55 points. And then we ended up scoring 31. So hopefully we can have a better second quarter or second half than we did the first half, as our boys are getting warmed up and getting ready for to end this nightcap. We have 78 check-ins, 20 that are currently listening, or watching, or both. We appreciate all of you guys and girls that are out there watching or listening, as we're able to bring it to you anywhere, as long as you have hit that like or subscribe button to Monterey Sports Network. So we do appreciate all those that are following, all those that are listening, following along. We are here in Sunbright. Friday night we will be at home as we will face off, I've gone blank, Van Buren. We're back playing Van Buren again, and I know some may say, didn't you guys just play them? Well, yeah, we did. And this will get our second time playing them out of the way this year. There will be a JV boys game on Friday night. And then we will be at home. Our second game at home, if I do remember correctly. So we are waiting to, we've, like I mentioned earlier, we have Brandon riding with us, and he said that I believe 17 of our games were on the road. We only had 10 home games this year, so hopefully that can be changed for next year. But this is a new district. I didn't mention that. We have mentioned it before, but we are in a new district. On the ladies' side of the district, York is off to a great start at 5-1 on the season. Sequatchie County is 2-2. Our Lady Cats are 2-7. Jackson County is 0-5. And Bledsoe County is 0-1. Quickly, on the boys' side, York is 4-1, just like the Lady Dragons. They're off to a great start. Jackson County is 4-2. The Wildcats are 4-5. Sequatchie County 1-3, and Bledsoe County is 0-2. So, new district. We've stepped up in class as far as AA this year, and so it's all about learning new people, playing against. We do play against some old foes, but we are in new gyms. So we're getting ready to tip this third quarter, Absolute Fitness quarter off. On the floor, it's going to be Walker, Phillips, Wright. I'm missing one Sasser and Klaus. So action has started. Here we go.
So this is the starting lineup with Lydia in for Gore.
Yes. And Wright gets tripped up on the sideline, so that's going to be a foul on Nitschke. So first 10 seconds in.
Lindsay's going to throw the ball in, get it over the Northus.
Stolen away by Newport.
Kind of started off where we left off there with that pass. Let's see if we can get some defensive intensity going here.
So hopefully we can. Not sure if, this is coach slowing it down for Sunbright, or that's that should have been a walk because she can't get up. But
Lindsay was able to run that down, got a lane to the basket and scores it. It should have been a foul there.
Yes, letting them play there, but should have been an and one. And
more pressure there. They're going to get Lydia for a reach.
So you call that one, but then Lindsay gets knocked to the ground.
And there's no call.
No call. So that is going to be the first on Phillips. First and a half for Lady Wildcats.
I just get the feeling that if we're going to get back in this game, it's going to come from our defense. It's not going to come in those offensive sets. It's going to come from rebounding and playing hard. That should be a travel. There it is. They're looking for a foul as well, but
she falls to the ground there, so that's going to be a walk and a turnover.
So with Walker inbounding the ball, caught a break there as the pass came off Sunbright. We've had just a hard time getting into our sets tonight. Sunbright's playing really, really good pressure defense. That's a good quick outlet pass, and Walker brings it out. Timeline gets it over.
Klaus.
That was a good look.
That was. And that. We're quickly on the floor.
Away with the ball there. Jordan's going to reset. She's going to get called for a travel.
So, got a walk called there on Walker. So we are back on defense. 1-2-1-1. They quickly get it down there. Newport standing there, seeing what's. Brown dribbles, kicks it over to. That is Northrop.
She line drive that one in.
Yes.
Better job clearing the press there.
Yes, very good. That's how you get down the floor. She kept it high, but there was a block, and we have her running. Or
on the baseline. It's going to be Monterey ball.
Yes.
But I'll tell you, breaking the press like that and getting a couple layups, that's going to pull them out of that aggressive defense. And,
Yes.
and that was the first time we got it into layup position off of that, and it was a good look. There's
Jordan with the cut.
Walker.
So it's out of bounds, but
On the
Walker had
baseline.
a good cut to the goal there. Looked like fouled again, but no call, so I guess it's not a foul. But out of bounds, and now
Good pressure on the
good
line.
steal.
Good steal.
Good steal by Phillips there. And
And that's what I was talking about. Let's get a little defensive pressure going here and make them work and work through the double teams.
There we
There
go.
it is
Good
again.
stuff.
Another steal. They're coming off the defense. There's Walker bringing it up the baseline. She's got an open run to the goal. That's
And
got to be a foul.
shooting 2. That's going to be Jordan Walker going to the line.
We knocked down a couple of free throws here, and
It's going to be Nitschke with the foul.
that's a little mini burst there, but that's the best defensive effort that we've seen in back-to-back possessions so far tonight.
Yes,
So
and look like we are going to go to a 30-second timeout, so we will take it with them. We'll be right back.
Sometimes the fastest way to sell your real estate is not necessarily the best way, but when the agents at United Country Holcomb Realty and Auction Incorporated in Cookeville handled your sale, the fastest is the best. United Country has a unique nationwide marketing system to offer your property to millions of potential buyers, and its experience assures you of professional service in every detail. So stop by and see one of our agents at United Country
all right,
Holcomb
let's
Realty
see how we
and Auction
come out of this
Incorporated
timeout.
today.
We're on the free throw line here. We've had 2 good defensive possessions, Larry, which is the best 2 back-to-back possessions defensively we've seen tonight from Monterey. Maybe they're turning the corner here.
Yes. So we got Walker going to be shooting 2. First one up, rims out.
In and out.
Getting ready for the second one.
It's another area we're not helping ourselves tonight. It's on the free throw line.
You're exactly right. And second
She
one
got the
rims
roll on that
in.
one. They've got a chance to set the press up. So we've had 2 turnovers off this full court press here in back-to-back. Lydia's putting good ball pressure on there.
And they get it, but it takes them probably 7-8 seconds to get it across
Yeah.
the timeline there, and that's going to be an open 3 once. And good
Good
rebound by
rebound
Walker.
by Jordan. And she's
control it.
getting pressured, but good ball control. Got it off to Lydia. She was able to control it. She threw the shot up. Not quite there, and we didn't have a rebounder in position, but we did get the defense set.
Yes, that was, and they are quickly back down the floor. Kicks it over to.
That's going to be strong.
And she's going to get a push.
foul.
And that'll be on Nitschke there with the push on Phillips. It's going to be her 3rd on the night. And Sunbright's bringing in 15, 22, and 21. So that's going to be Trent, Smith, and Shannon coming in for Sunbright. Lady Wildcats still have the same 5 that started the half in. That's going to be Shannon gambled on that. And good take.
Walker up and in for the rebound.
Yes,
That's
good.
a 10-point ball game.
That's a good take by Wright, and then she kicks it over to Walker for the 2 for the
They got her
layup.
trapped in the corner.
Quickly rotating it around. It
Good
goes.
hands by Phillips.
And she's running around, and then we've got to get others coming
They
in
look a
involved.
little disheveled in this possession here. The defensive pressure stepping up a little bit, giving Sunbright a little bit of problem.
Yes. So we've got her bringing it around. Oh, kind of fell asleep. and that,
She kind of got in between 2 players there.
yeah, Trent kind of slips behind Phillips there and goes right.
Oh, that's a bad floater by Phillips. Turnover.
And it's one of those things that's she'll learn from stuff like that. She can't. She may have got away with it. That's a reach in by.
Well, the ball stays with us. It's an important possession. I mean, every time we seem to get it down to a single digit or to a 10-point lead, we have a couple of turnovers and just set us back. We need to string 5 or 6 minutes of good play together.
Yes. So we just got to that score. That makes it 39-25 there. Inside to Sasser.
There's Gore, who just checked in with a good-looking three. She's getting pushed from behind. I mean, they just bulldozed her out of the way, and no call.
So we've no call that, and then we just got to make sure that we don't foul on that. So it makes it a little difficult for them to get it across the timeline, and that's going to be Shannon hits a three. Makes that score 42-25, and pushing it right back up there. It's at 17 now. That's a good pass by Sasser. That's a good catch by Klaus, but she does miss that layup there, and we've got a foul that's being called on Klaus. Looks like Johnson's getting ready to come in. That's Klaus's second.
Again, we had it to 10 just about 40 seconds ago, and they're on a 7-0 run, and they've got the ball. 42-25, 3:07 to play.
Still getting a little bit of backcourt pressure. That should have been a walk, but that's great. That's great hustle by Phillips there.
Almost a steal. It looks like it's going to stay with Sunbright.
No, it'll be our ball.
Is it all ball?
It's our ball.
So that we'll give her a steal for that.
Yes. Yeah, we can't see from here, but I was watching a referee that's handing the ball to Johnson there, and he was saying it was off of Sunbright. So it's great defense right there. Phillips is bringing it over, trying to set the offense up. She goes. Gets hammered, and 22. That's going to be on Shannon, I believe. That's going to be her third. Team's fourth. I guess that's her first.
First is what they're saying, yeah. There was a two up there earlier. I saw it too, Larry, when they rolled it back.
Phillips kicks it over to Gore and throws it behind right as she is cutting to the goal there. We're on the floor. That is one thing. And we've got a jump ball. He wasn't sure if he was going to call a jump, foul, jump.
Looks like possession arrow staying with Sunbright. We can't see the possession arrow, but they're pointing Sunbright's direction.
Yes.
2:31 to play.
So that's Newport coming back in. Who, like I said, the last game, and that's
almost a steal by
close by Gore. But Newport is what hurt us.
They got to be getting close to that 10-second call. Got it across the timeline. Good hands by Lindsay, slapping it away. Sunbright will take it out on the side here.
So Sunbright inbounds on the sideline there. It's going to be Shannon over to, I think, Shannon and Shannon takes the long three and knocks that one down. So I'm going to guess, because you've got Addison and Allie Shannon. So I'm going to guess.
We're just doing a lot of dribbling through this, and they're surrounded by three people, which means if you could get a couple passes away.
Yeah, and the bad thing is where and that's going to be a foul on. It's either going to be on Sasser, or it looks like it's going to be on Sasser.
It looks like he's looking for 55's number.
And it looks like Hopkins, that is going to be on Sasser, and Hopkins is getting ready to check in for Phillips.
So Monterey stays in the full court pressure here. Sunbright's able to break the timeline and get it out. There's another three-point shot opportunity. And
that's another three by Shannon. Yeah. I don't know how many she's hit tonight, but
she's had a lot. She's shooting lights out.
Yes. There's a lot of reaching, no calls. Gore with the ball fake, and then kicks it over to Johnson. Johnson into Sasser. Sasser back out to Johnson. Misses that one, a long rebound. And then a foul. And then another foul that is called on Johnson there. That's her fourth. And she is Klaus is going to check in for Sasser. So on the floor for your Lady Wildcats, you've got Johnson, Klaus, Gore, Wright, and Hopkins. And there's another three-pointer taken and knocked down.
Wow.
I don't know what the three-point record is for Sunbright, but I'd say Shannon's close. She should be close to it, and that should have been a carry.
And if she's not close to it, she probably has it.
Yeah, yeah. But that looked like a carry there by the other Shannon, but nothing was called. And there's Wright taking it in to Klaus and scores. And that's going to put the score at 53-27. Going toward the third quarter is winding down there. So that is Newport in the corner, and she hits number 21 there, which is Smith. And we've got a hoop and the harm. Basket is good. Foul is going to be on Lindsay Wright.
Well, with about 5 minutes to play, we had it to a 10-point ball game, but it looks like Sunbright's about to blow it open here.
Yeah. The old-fashioned three-point play is good for Brown. So that makes her score, and the clock is not running. There we go. They got it going. Wright takes it in. Klaus misses the layup, but gets her on board. Up and in for 2. So they may hold it for 1 to end this quarter. The score is 56-29. And
Turnover.
the score.
8 seconds left. It'd be a good opportunity to knock a three-pointer down.
Yes, and there's Hopkins stepping inside the 3 and knocks the 2-point down.
A little momentum going into the quarter.
Yeah, so we will take a break with them to end the third quarter. That score makes it 56-31. Sunbright. We'll be right back.
Larry Wiley is a proud supporter of Monterey High School and junior high school sports, as well as academics. Being the Monterey Farm Bureau agent, Larry serves Putnam, Overton, and Cumberland counties with auto, home, health, and life insurance. For a comprehensive insurance review appointment, you can call Larry at 931-584-0042. That's 931-584-0042.
First Volunteer Bank, we're not just a community bank. We're a bank that's here for our community. We know our customers by name and treat them like family. And we're here to serve our community however we can. Whether it's teaching financial literacy in our local schools or collecting and donating thousands of canned food items each year to local food banks, we're a part of your
community. Down. The Lady Wildcats are currently down 56-31 with the last 8 minutes getting ready to get going. Starting this fourth quarter off, we've got Gore, Wright, Johnson, Hopkins, and Klaus. And we are finally gets it in. Gore gets it in Hopkins, and then she gets stripped from behind. No foul called there.
You know what you look for here, Larry, when you're down this much with a quarter play is just forget the scoreboard and try to win the quarter, and just break it down into manageable pieces and, just come away with a solid finish, and if nothing else, have some momentum going into the next game.
That's exactly right. So there's a foul about 80 feet away there on Sunbright. So I missed that's going to be on number 15, which is going to be Trent. That's her second for Sunbright. And there's another they have active hands, that is for sure, and it's definitely frustrating when we're not getting calls, because some of that looks like a lot of fouls called. And
it does.
There's a three-pointer there by Newport.
Everything they're throwing up is going in, and we can't get a shot off.
Yes,
it's just frustrating.
Walker is set to check in.
There's another turnover by Lindsay.
There's a foul.
Well,
We've got a foul on Nitschke there. That's either her third or fourth.
That lulled me to sleep there because they hadn't been calling that one all night.
Yeah, that's her fourth there. So you've got Wright coming in for Walker coming in for Wright. Excuse me. So we inbound to Walker. She's getting a screen from Gore over to Johnson. And we have two cutting in the same direction. But she kicks it up to Hopkins. Hopkins kicks it in. Looks like Johnson's behind the backboard there and took that shot, but she gets her own rebound, and then Klaus gets her own rebound and gets blocked.
No call.
And that is going to be Nitschke. Kicks it over to Northrup, who shoots, and it ends up getting knocked out of bounds after she doesn't hit anything.
That must have been a pass because they hadn't missed a three-pointer all night, I don't think.
Yeah. So we've got Sunbright is inbounding it. That's Newport, which right here you got to watch that. And there she goes to the corner there as she's weaving through there. That's a missed shot. First one that I know of by Shannon, but they get offensive board. And then we end up stealing that right there. Monterey is bringing the ball. That's Gore bringing it over. Kicks it over to Hopkins. Ball fake. And then kicks it over to Walker in the corner. Misses. Rebounded there by Trent. And kicks it up to Nitschke. Nitschke over to Northrop. And then kicks it over to Newport in the corner, and she misses that. Looks like Brown for Sunbright. Brown, Smith, and Shannon are checking in. Looks like Phillips is about to check in for Hopkins. That's going to be Phillips for Hopkins. So Gordon kicks it in. She inbounds it to Walker. Walker goes down the floor. She's got Klaus down low. Doesn't see her. Circles back out to Gore. But I will say this. While Adeline was posting up, Newport's kind of got her in a bear hug down there, but no call. There's a good... Walker ends up kicking it to Klaus. And then it ends up going over to Gore, and Phillips is down there.
Phillips was flashing in there, and then Gore saw her, and she flashed out. A little miscommunication there.
Yes. And then there's good defensive stop right there by Walker. Walker alters that shot. That should have been something on.
Should have been a foul, too.
Like I said, that's another one.
But they've been calling it that way all night, so it's not unusual to see that one get passed.
Yeah, and we've got one tying the other one shoe. Newport, I believe, had maybe like a bloody finger or something early in the game. Benjamin's about to check in, and Markham's about to check in for Gore and Klaus. But it was just funny. She's over here tying her teammate's shoe. But
the 29-point lead now. It's you might see.
There's Brown taking the three, rims out, and then they've got Newport on the board. She's got the hoop and the horn.
The old-fashioned way. I think that's going to be on Walker.
And Smith is about to set to check in. That's going to be on Walker. That should be her. Is that her second or third?
Well, they're showing 4 on the board, but
they've got 4 up there, but I don't know if that is correct or not. 16 fouls each. And that's her first one. That's Walker's first foul on the night.
She got a rebound there. Phillips drives. Kicks it to Benjamin.
In the hole. There we go.
And a chance to hang.
Fouls on 21. Basket is good. So foul is on Smith. Phillips kicks that over to Benjamin. Benjamin scores. Newport checks out. And Smith checks in for Sunbright. Benjamin at the line for the old-fashioned three-point play. And almost rolled in, but rolls out. Sunbright quickly down the floor on a 3-on-2 break. Kicks it over to Brown. Brown over to, that was the new one that just came in, Smith. And there's a block shot.
Blocked by Benjamin.
Smith kicks that inside to Trent, and Benjamin has a return to sender on that.
Very nice looking block.
A little old Dikembe Mutombo there.
That's right. We just needed the finger wag. That's all, right?
And there we go. Phillips dives in there. Almost comes up with the steal. They're swinging it around, and Benjamin's posted up there.
Another three-pointer.
And that's going to be old. That's going to be a
get it the old-fashioned way.
Jam finger by Walker gets. I think that came up. It surprised Jordan. Ends up jamming her finger, I think. Basket, the old hoop, and the horn. Basket is good. Looks like coach is going to send in 4-3.
Well, it looks like he might be clearing his bench a little bit with a 30-point lead with 4:29 to play.
So for Sunbright, you've got Frills, 0-0. I think it's a Smith. 4 is Shannon. That's at the line. Number 3 is about to check in, which is Nitschke. Can't see 2 more numbers. 11, which is going to be Bronstetter. And I believe that is number 12, which is going to be Willis.
So Sunbright's emptied their bench a little bit, and for the first time tonight, they've fallen out of their full court pressure.
Yes. So that's a great backdoor cut there by Markham. Markham with the pass from, and Johnson chases down the rebound, kicks it back to Phillips. She's dribbling it around. We got to get a little bit more spacing there. Circles out. So I know their number 3 there is a starter, and she's still in there hounding Phillips a little bit. We're still got pressure in the backcourt there. And we have a foul. We called out of bounds. It
looked like Allie was about to reach and
yes.
pulled her hand back, and the girl just sort of lost her balance. And I thought she was dribbling it, but I guess they thought Benjamin poked it away. Maybe.
Yeah, and Sunbright was looking for a foul, which I definitely could have
seen it going that way.
Yeah, so they were all the referee signaled, but didn't really say much. So it was kind of.
He just decided to give him the ball instead.
Yeah. So they're going a little back and forth there. 3-point shot taken by Frills from outside, who has just checked into the game. Looks like they've got a number 13, Young, that is getting ready to check in now. So on the floor for your Lady Wildcats, you've got Walker, Phillips, and that's Benjamin taking a shot, Markham and Johnson. So we've got, that is Nitschke bringing it across the timeline. Over to Frills, back to Nitschke, to Frills. And Frills tries to jump inside. We may need to get Walker. She's shaking her hand. She's had to. We've got Walker's coming on. We've got to get her out. They are. Yeah. They're getting her. I'm wondering if she's not dislocated. That's just my speculation, but we're going to take a 30. We're going to stay here. We'll take a 30 with them. We'll be right back.
Sometimes the fastest way to sell your real estate is not necessarily the best way. But when the agents at United Country Holcomb Realty and Auction Incorporated in Cookeville handled your sale, the fastest is the best. United Country has a unique nationwide marketing system to offer your property to millions of potential buyers, and its experience assures you of professional service in every detail. So stop by and see one of our agents at United Country Holcomb Realty and Auction Incorporated today.
Please stay tuned for Monterey Foods mid-game scores and highlights after a word from our sponsor.
At First Volunteer Bank, we're not just a community bank. We're a bank that's here for our community. We know our customers by name and treat them like family. And we're here to serve our community however we can. Whether it's teaching financial literacy in our local schools or collecting and donating thousands of canned food items each year to local food banks, we're a part of your community. If you're looking for a community banking relationship, we make it easy for you to switch because we're here to help you every step of the way, right down to a local person on the other end of the phone to assist you when you need it. First Volunteer Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Neighbors helping neighbors, that's what the VEC Customers Share Fund accomplishes. Participating customers round up their monthly bill to the nearest dollar. The extra money goes into a shared fund that supports Monterey High School sports and academics, as well as other community projects throughout the VEC area, making Monterey and surrounding communities an even better place to live. Make your change count today and sign up for the VEC Customers Share Program. At Monterey Drugs, our focus is on you. You're not just a number, you're our neighbor. We'll get to know you so we can give you the best personal service you deserve. Monterey Drugs, your hometown pharmacy, is a proud sponsor of Wildcat Sports. Located on Elmore Street, right next to the dollar store. You can call them today at 931-839-6777. That's 931-839-6777. Monterey Drugs wishes the best for Monterey High School sports and academics. If you're looking for honest, dependable, and experienced shop to have your vehicle repaired, check out A1 Auto Repair just outside of Monterey on Highway 70. Bill and Kurt have the knowledge and experience to handle almost any auto repair need you may have. From wiper blades to major engine repair, they provide expert, reasonable solutions to keep your vehicles on the road. Go by there and see them today or call them at 931-839-3013. That's 931-839-3013. Go Wildcats! Absolute Fitness is the Upper Cumberland's premier fitness facility. Absolute Fitness has 2 floors and over 15,000 square feet. The upstairs boasts live fitness circuit machines and tons of cardio equipment. The downstairs has the most complete free weight equipment in the state. Locally owned by IFBB Pro Jen Facento and her husband Denny, it's a true hometown family gym. Whether you work out, tan, or enjoy a sauna, it's all one price. There's never sign-up fees or contracts. Absolute Fitness is located at 444 South Jefferson, across from Kroger. Call them today for more info at 931-526-2500.
Sometimes the fastest way to sell your real estate is not necessarily the best way. But when the agents at United Country Holcomb Realty and Auction Incorporated in Cookeville handles your sale, the fastest is the best. United Country has a unique nationwide marketing system to offer your property to millions of potential buyers, and its experience assures you of professional service in every detail. So stop by and see one of our agents at United Country Holcomb Realty and Auction Incorporated today.
Larry Wiley is a proud supporter of Monterey High School and junior high school sports, as well as academics. Being the Monterey Farm Bureau agent, Larry serves Putnam, Overton, and Cumberland counties with auto, home, health, and life insurance. For a comprehensive insurance review appointment, you can call Larry at 931-584-0042. That's 931-584-0042.
Monterey Foods, your hometown grocery store. From the time you enter their door until your groceries are carried to your car, you'll be treated as a valued customer. Come by and see Danny and his staff today. And remember, they have fresh cut meat daily, and check out their weekly specials at Monterey Foods on Facebook. They're located at the corner of Holly and Stratton in Monterey, or just give them a call at 931-839-2434. That's 931-839-2434.
The Thornton Agency is an independent insurance agency representing over 20 companies. They're able to tailor the right plan to fit every need at the best possible rate. Their number one goal is to provide you quality professional service. Their mission is to build long-lasting relationships, not just mere policyholders. Come by and see Josh today at 418 East Broad Street, Suite 1D in Cookeville, Tennessee. You can give Josh a call at 931-252-4659. That's 931-252-4659. You'll be glad you did.
Regroup and be ready to roll. Friday night. So, and that one is at home. So, those of you that haven't had a chance to make it to a game, whether on the road or at home, your second, I guess, technically Friday night is going to be the second home game. So,
what do we know about this Sunbright boys team? I know we had got to see the girls earlier. What do we remember about them, Larry?
Well, I'm going to use a cheat sheet here. Wildcats, in a 20-year history, the Wildcats and the Tigers have played each other 20 times, with the Wildcats holding the edge at 16-4, a 62 to 48 points per game scoring edge, and the Wildcats won close to 30 on November 30th. The score was 75-46.
Okay.
So
the boys are just going to have to come in and keep their foot on the gas from where they ended last time.
Yes, and it's on the road. This is Sunbright's gym. I expect the game, hopefully we won't start off slow. We can get it going, and then that way we can just keep the ball going, keep the rolling, and we get out of here with a victory. So
I'm just standing over here kind of watching their warm-ups as you're talking, and they're knocking down a lot of three-point shots from the outside here in warm-up. So I think the boys are going to have some people that can get the ball off. It's been friendly rolls for Sunbright tonight.
Yes, and I'm going to glance back over. Looking like the first game, our scoring for the Monterey for our boys went Dylan had 20, and Randolph ended with 23. Cole had 8. Colin Fowler had 11. So, and then we had a few. We had one that had 5. One that would have been Lowhorn. Weston Clow had 6, which we are going to be down. Lowhorn is under the weather tonight, if I'm not mistaken. So we are down J-Lo tonight. We hope for a speedy recovery and get back here soon. Hopefully he'll be ready to roll Friday night. We will miss him because that definitely takes out one of our normal players that is in a
rotation,
starting rotation, off the bench, just everything, and that kind of cuts down on the chemistry a little bit as well. So, like I said, we wish him a speedy recovery, and hopefully he'll be ready to roll Friday night. So, but
who do you expect to fill his slot tonight, Larry?
As far as filling his slot, I'd say Mr. Fowler, Colin will step up. Drew Sorkin, he's come off the bench, had some good games. Weston.
We've talked about Drew a little bit, on a couple of times. We've been impressed with his defensive intensity.
Yes.
He's a good defender.
Yes, and, hopefully, which we saw that earlier in the girls' game, Beyonce getting a technical. Hopefully we can keep our composure and not pick up one by whether it's arguing a call or
well, we know
just being
this one thing
frustrated.
about this refereeing crew is, they've called a technical foul in the girls' game, and they didn't call much else, but it was for
Right.
talking, and
Right.
then they're quick on the technicals on part of this crew that we've had before, so
Yes.
that could come into play.
Yes. So, we'll see how that goes, how it comes into play here. But, our guys,
They've held their composure pretty well.
Yes.
I think they're going to be all right.
hopefully, and like I said, looking at Sunbright, you do shoot different when you're at home.
For sure.
So, that could be one of those things. But hopefully we can outplay them. Some of these guys I do remember, and I know it was just like a week and a half ago or so, and it's still this season. It's just like with the football season; it's kind of come and gone real quick. In basketball, I mean,
it strings together in basketball.
yeah. So
I noticed Jordan put a post up on her social media. It said, "If you ask me what I'm doing this month," and it was a bunch of basketballs and a turkey and Santa Claus, and that's about it. Every day's practice or a game. And,
that is it.
And you know that well, Larry, because your son's not old enough to drive, so I know you're rolling back and forth. Where you could cheat a little bit last year on that, didn't you? You had your older son driving. So.
Yeah, so, we've got my wife and I, we kind of tag team, and we've got his friends that can drive and so. But
and there's always the good old fashioned hitchhiking too, when necessary. But, but I'll tell you, you're like me. I think it's a grueling thing, but you definitely look forward to the games and and coming out. It helps break the week up, and it's the best thing about getting dark at 5 o'clock is at least we've got a basketball game to go to.
Absolutely. Now I could do without this. I don't know about you, but I could do without this hour-plus drive.
Me too, and it was a windy drive. We missed a turn, and we were following the GPS and weren't listening to it, and then it told us to turn on this single-lane road. I said, Jen, we can't turn on this road. She's like, no, it says it cuts through to 62. We got on it, and it was one lane. I said, we're going into a holler here. This is not thing. And sure enough, it was a one-lane road when it started, and it was a half lane when it ended. And it was all the way down at a dead-end road in a driveway with about 300 old cars and all that. And we flipped around, and I said, it's about to get dark, and the banjos are coming out. We got to get out of here. And so we turned around and came back out, and we're 10 minutes late. But, you switched to Eastern time here.
Yes.
It's a little bit different,
Yeah, we almost missed one that was following GPS, and it said turn left, and I'm like, I don't see a left. And it was there. But yeah, like I said, I can't speak highly enough of the coaches, the administration here. They've been real welcoming.
Well, we talked about it if you just joined us for the girls or for the boys game, but they started out with a really, really nice prayer, here by someone at the scorer's table. Great national anthem. Everybody's standing, all girls, and we're lucky to live in a place where we can still have that kind of opening for our game, and it says a lot for the community out here. And
absolutely,
we kind of laughed when we pulled in because you pull into the school here, and it's the building is a nice sized building, but it's pre-K all the way through 12th grade.
So out by the concession stand, they've got the little tiger paws, and I look coming out of the restroom, and you've got the little tiger paws that go to the elementary, and then go to the middle school, high school.
Yeah.
And so the other thing we did when we pulled in, because we came in, we came in back here. So I was asking my wife, I said, well, do we turn in? Because we saw a door that was propped open. They could tell it was 2 stories. So I'm thinking, so I was just like, okay, well. And then we saw Rick's car, so we pulled around here. Well, we're actually, if I'm not mistaken, above the cafeteria. So, it's one of those, like, we weren't sure as far as where to go at first, but then we figured it out. So,
well, I know Jen and I were saying it, it'd been nice, in Cookeville. A lot of times, we would take my boys to 2 different schools, and some people had 3. You had one in elementary and one in middle school, one in high school, all over spread out. And I guess here you just drop them off at pre-K and you pick them up in 12 years,
Yeah. But we are going to get going here. Looks like they have the first quarter. Getting ready to call these starting lineups out. And we will get going here. So let's see. Can't really see our bench, but I'm going to guess we're going to go with Dillon. This is my guess. Bowden, Borjas, Randolph, and I'm going to miss one. So
I'm going to say maybe, did you say Bowden already?
Bowden. There's Randolph. They call for Randolph, number 25. Brandon Dillon. So we got the hammer. We got Strut. We got the worm is Byron Borjas. Number 10, Chandler Bowden. And 23 is going to be Drew Sorkin. So that's going to be your starting five for your Monterey Wildcats. So hopefully we can get it going. Looks like they may, I don't know if they'll turn the lights off like they did with the girls team. Maybe not. But as soon as they call their starting lineups, I will. We're getting a little pumped up down here. We got the Sunbright Tigers starting number 1, Colton Nitschke. I'm going to assume or think that he is going to be related to the other Nitschke that played with the girls team. Number 5, Nathan Ward.
Nathan Ward looks like a big body in there.
Yes, he does.
Probably squaring off against Silas tonight.
Yes, number 10, Jonah Frills. Number 11, Cole Brandstatter. And 23 is going to be Garrett Rogers. So I apologize if I mispronounced Brandstatter. I am not 100% sure in Nitschke, but that is what I'll go with. So I apologize to parents, grandparents, anybody that's listening that does know.
Well, we're the Monterey Sports Network anyway, so
right.
We can only try on the other names.
Yes, you're exactly right on that. So
it looks like these boys, size-wise, they match up pretty good. But
yes.
As we were talking earlier, Monterey did have a big win on 30-point win on the last time they played. So
yes.
We'll see where it goes. Borjas is giving up an inch or so here on this jump ball.
Almost looks like we're playing UCLA with the way their uniforms are here.
It does.
But we get the tip there, and that's Bowden over quickly to Sorkin. Sorkin for a
quick layup.
2-point right there. And
the boys are in their purple tonight. The girls have the black away uniforms.
And this is a A1 Auto Repair first quarter. So as we are starting off, looks like a matchup zone again, and that kind of gets tipped around, and that's going to be...
He's on the out-of-bounds line there.
Ward is going to go out of bounds there.
So if the officiating goes like it did in the girls, they didn't call a lot. They were letting a lot go, but they did call some touch fouls too. So hopefully it'll maintain consistent here.
And that's going to be Dillon trying to get that in to Randolph. Thankfully, he didn't get a foul because that goes out of bounds, and he's swat it back in there. Looks like our girls are slowly making their way out of the locker room there, but looks like
not a lot of room here on the sideline.
No,
so the girls are almost on the floor coming out.
Yes, and so there's a not a turnover. There's a ball that goes out of bounds off of Ward, I believe. Nathan Ward, number 5 for Sunbright.
So about a minute gone. The Wildcats have the early 2-0 lead with the ball.
Looking to try to establish that inside. We just got to do a little better job, and maybe even instead of Brandon dribbling that over there, maybe kicking it over with a quick pass and then getting it inside.
Getting it on the second or third pass.
Yes. So we have a turnover there, and quickly back on defense in our matchup defense still. Trying to make them, as you would any team, run that defense from, or run their offense from.
Borjas almost had the steal there. It's good help defense by Silas.
And I believe that is Frills that knocks down.
He's picking up that 3-point shot right where the girls' team left off.
So that is Jonah Frills hits the 3. That makes your score 3-2. Sunbright. So as we
There's
quickly move
those
it around.
couple extra passes you were looking for there,
Yes.
Larry, and now they got the ball inside.
Yes,
so
and then you've got
Borjas looks
Borjas.
like he took a poke in the eye, and they might need to stop the action there, but I guess he's going to get back there on defense.
Yeah. Yeah, like you said, that's
travel there.
And we've got it. He was called for steps here. But, yeah, that was what I was talking about. You get that extra pass, and, yes, Silas misses it. Borjas gets it, but then gets poked in the eye and has a turnover there. But
he looks like he's okay now. He was holding his eye there for a minute.
There we go, swinging it around there. Bowden, and he kicks it over to Sorkin. Sorkin up and in, rattles that one in.
Second nice little layup finish for him early on. So.
Yeah, we've
He's
got a little
taking advantage of his starting spot, coming out solid early on.
That was good, and I don't know if you guys saw that. Those of you that are watching have a little bit of replay action going right there. It's pretty cool to see. And we've got to do a better job at boxing out there. They've gotten 2 shots at it.
2 shots.
Kicked it back out. So that should be a walk there. Another turnover.
Good call there, Larry. Good call.
So
we'll be in pretty good shape if we can sync up with your referee and officiating.
Yeah, but don't put me. I don't want to be out there. That's for sure. So they're trying to do a run and press, and he missed.
Borjas was wide open there.
But Randolph for 2.
He made a nice spin move and took it right to the hole.
So we are looking at a 6-3. We've doubled them up right now early, so hopefully we can keep that gas pedal pressed down. And
a little shout out to Rick here running this software system.
It's pretty sweet.
Yeah, he's quite the producer there, hitting these replays. And
yeah, Chandler Bowden with the board, and then brings it back out, knocks it to Randolph, and pulls up short on that.
Yeah, it looked good from here. Borjas, good job getting in there.
He got rid of that, but got him for a travel.
Got it for a travel. I mean, that was close, but it kind of looked like he got it out. We'll have to check the replay on that one later. Now that we have it.
Go under the booth, under the hood there. So same defense that we tried to, or that Sunbright was doing, we done it, and I think we're a little bit better, even though we may have just give up a 3, which we did. So they tied that up.
I told you in warm-ups they were knocking a lot of 3s down. I mean, guarding the perimeter I think is going to be key for the boys tonight.
Yes, it looks like Weston Clow. He's about to check in here. Not sure for who. As we're, Coach saw something.
It's a 3-pointer for us. Back
and we'll
call Silas. Oh, not quite getting the roll there.
So a missed shot there, and he's got to be careful. There you go. Sorkin had to be careful there. That should have been a walk.
Yeah, they took several steps there.
Yeah, and still hadn't left the paint there. So, if not a 3-second, but hey, no call, no. So
no harm, no foul, as they say, this crew.
And then you've got.
And they're being consistent because, that would have been a foul on Borjas there,
yes.
With a lot of the crews we had earlier.
Yes.
So they're letting them play.
And there's Bowden quickly to the score. So that makes your score 8-6 with 3 minutes left in this first quarter. I'm not sure. Nope. And as soon as I say this, I know it's going to happen, but no fouls have been called so far.
No, that's what I said. They're letting them play.
Yes. And
which, as long as they're consistent on both sides that way and nobody's getting hurt, we've had a couple of games where it got a little out of hand because they weren't calling fouls. But if they're touch fouls, let them play.
Right. You took the words out of my mouth. That's what I was going to say. If they're being consistent, then, everybody here, coaches, fans, players, they can all live with it.
Yep.
Now, unless that foul's called on you, that might be the only reason that a player might not like that call.
That's right.
But good rebound
but
there.
even on the playground, you call it out from time to time,
Randolph to Bowden, and he knocks down that Monterey Foods 3-pointer right there.
Sunbright's going to have a little timeout there after that run by Monterey.
So Coach is going to take a full, so we'll take it with him. We'll be right back.
Sometimes the fastest way to sell your real estate is not necessarily the best way, but when the agent at United Country Holcomb Realty and Auction Incorporated in Cookville handles your sale, the fastest is the best. United Country has a unique nationwide marketing system to offer your property to millions of potential buyers, and its experience assures you of professional service in every detail. So stop by and see one of our agents at United Country Holcomb Realty and Auction Incorporated today.
If you're looking for honest, dependable, and experienced shop to have your vehicle repaired, check out A1 Auto Repair just outside of Monterey on Highway 70. Bill and Kurt have the knowledge and experience to handle almost any auto repair need you may have. From wiper blades to major engine repair, they provide expert, reasonable solutions to keep your vehicles on the road. Go by
Back
there.
to Sunbright, Tennessee. We are at your Monterey Wildcats are currently leading in this A1 Auto Repair first quarter. Your score is 11-6. Monterey is currently leading, I guess I should say. So, during that last time out there, Weston Cloud checked in for Dylan, and so it looks like we are in another matchup there. Little run and jump there.
Good defense right there. A lot of pressure put on them.
Yeah, so
they're going to call a travel. Ooh, they're going to call that push there. I thought they were going to be a travel.
That's a good call. Had his left hand. That's going to be on Borjas.
He was leaning on him. I just kind of thought the way the crew was going tonight when he made that little slip, they were going to call the travel.
So
but that's the first team foul and first foul of the game with 1:50 in the first quarter. So
which is almost unheard of.
Mm-hmm.
Coach for Sunbright here calls out his play, and they are swinging it around. He's quick on that. Going to be shooting 2. And that's going to be on Chandler Bowden for his first, team second. And he is going to be, let's see, Rogers shooting 2. With Brandon Strutt Dillon about to check in. I'm going to guess he's actually getting Borjas.
Well, guys, Jordan hurt her hand in the end of the game there, and I just got a text message that she's wanting to go and get her hand looked at. So I'm going to check out and enjoy being with you guys tonight. And I'll see you Friday.
Appreciate it, and hopefully she is good, and you guys be safe traveling home. So
thanks, guys.
Hey, thank you. So we have a turnover right there, and that's going to be Sunbright is bringing the ball back down the floor there. Puts up a wild shot. Dylan with the steal, or the rebound, I guess I should say, and he comes in, shoots a floater, goes off. Randolph kind of tips it to himself, and scores 2. Your score is 13-7. We got to rotate that a little bit better there, and that's going to be Bowden knocks that out, but that is going to be Rogers who took that 2-pointer, and Dylan ends, or not Dylan, but Rogers Bowden, he ends up knocking that ball out of bounds, so Sunbright keeps possession. So Sunbright's moving around. That's Frills for his third 3-point basket that he shoots, but he misses that one and goes out of bounds. So Monterey keeps the ball right there. Okay. Quickly bringing it, swinging it around. Sunbright's gone into a 2-2-1, and that gets tipped right there. Randolph loses that one. So they are going to one shot. Their coach calls out here. So hopefully we can, there we go. I was just going to say hopefully we can get a turnover. We got a 3:01 break, and that's Sorkin for 2. And we are quickly pressing. Got 5. This first quarter is almost over and rims out. So your score at the end of 1 is going to be Monterey 15, Sunbright 7. We'll be right back.
At First Volunteer Bank, we're not just a community bank. We're a bank that's here for our community. We know our customers by name and treat them like family. And we're here to serve our community however we can. Whether it's teaching financial literacy in our local schools or collecting and donating thousands of canned food items to your local food banks, we are part of your community. If you're looking for a community banking relationship, we make it easy for you to switch because we're here to help you every step of the way, right down to a local person on the other end of the phone to assist you when you need it. First Volunteer Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Welcome back to Sunbright High School. Monterey is currently leading 15-7, and we are at I just lost it that quick. I apologize. First Volunteer Bank, second quarter. So on the floor for your Wildcats, you've got Clow, Dillon, Bowden, Randolph, and Sorkin for your Monterey Wildcats. So we've got that is number 10, Frills, kicks it over to Ward, number 5 for Sunbright. And Randolph ends up picking up that first one there. So we had some late rotation there. That's Ward. He misses the first one. Shooting 2, he misses that first one.
That's the first foul on Silas, right?
Yes. So that's our third team foul so far. So that's one on Silas, one on Bowden. And we've got a lane violation there. So he'll, unless it goes in, which it does. And the second one is good. The third one I've missed too. The third one's on maybe Sorkin, but
it's on Byron Bullhall.
There we go. And that's a great way to beat the press over the top right there. And that's going to be Sorkin there for a layup with an assist from Clow. And that's how you beat a press right there. You've got to get it. You can't beat it dribbling. You've got to get it down the floor with passing. So we've got to push that to the half court there. Great defense. And then you've got Sorkin with good hands there.
He's quick.
He is, and he's got his long arms, and that's a three-point.
They can't miss.
From Brandstetter for 3 from the corner. So we've got Sorkin held that up a little bit.
Coach is trying to tell him pass the ball and work it around. And
yes, and then we have a turnover there. It kind of died when it got up there, and that should be he was there. Yes, sir. That's a good charge. That's a good take by Cloud. That kind of makes up right there for what he did offensively.
Right.
Coach is telling him to swing the ball, and so that's great defense right there, getting back and taking that charge right there. So that's Sunbright's first team foul.
So Cloud held it just a little bit too long there on the point, didn't he?
Yes, he held it a little bit too long. Trying to get Randolph in there, established, posting up, and that ends up. That's what happened. End up with the turnover, but he ends up making up for it. And that's what I will always tell my guys when I was coaching, or my boys that were playing. Look, or girls, because I did coach a year of girls basketball. Make up for it. If you mess up for it on one end, you make up for it on the other. That's a good take by Dillon, and he gets away possibly with a walk. And there's a Monterey Foods three-pointer there by I went blank. Sorkin. The fans are wanting a walk, which I'm not going to agree or disagree.
I think Brandon kind of moved his feet a little bit before he passed that out to.
Yeah, I think it was a walk. And
they can't miss.
So that's Frills. That's his third I know of that he's hit. But I will so basically that play was kind of a wash.
Yeah.
So we don't have somebody. The referees aren't rotated around like they need to be. And
Silas missed that one. Just missed that one.
Yeah. So we've got one. He's got 3 seconds in the paint, but no call. A one and done, and we are off going. And that's Bowden takes it in there. And we've got to buy a basket. We can't buy one tonight.
That's the same way Clark Crane.
Yes, so that's Rogers.
It's forever for. Of course, we're scoring more now than we did last week.
Yes. So we've got Borjas and Fowler coming in, and Borjas is on the line shooting 2.
That's Silas.
Yes. And
he can't do that.
He draws up a wood ball there on.
Barely did sting in that.
Yeah. So we've got
Do you know? You remember what the first quarter score was, Larry? I didn't write it down.
I missed that one. I cannot remember what that was.
He missed both of them.
Misses both of them.
And we can't have that. We're going to have to tighten up a little bit.
Yes. So if anybody remembers what we were talking about as far as first quarter is a steal by Cloud, he just got to – we've got to that's a 2-point, a steal, and a layup by Cloud.
Apologize, folks, on the replay. I'm saving it a little bit too quick. We're still trying to incorporate that in to our broadcast. So
yes, and there's a misplay by Fowler.
Just be patient with it.
There's a misplay by Fowler. Almost gives up a 3-pointer over in this corner. Thankfully, it rims out, and then they get the offensive board and then fumble it out of bounds.
So we got 2 freshmen on the floor, a junior, a senior, 2 juniors.
Yes. I always want to put Borjas as a senior, but he is a junior.
He's a junior, yeah. He still ain't done growing yet.
That's a good take by Fowler there.
The 2-shot foul. Fowler. He's a chunk.
He's a good size freshman. I mean, he's a good size kid for a freshman through a senior. I mean, he's misses that first one, so we've missed 3 straight.
Yeah, we can't. Of course, we're up to 7, but we're going to have to start hitting some shots.
Yes, you hit those 3 that we've missed. I'm not sure if we've missed any more, but that puts us up double digits, and then misses that one. So we go from a chance of being up 11 to just being up by 7. So we got to do better.
Man, that was a foul. Yeah,
and we got a foul on
Cloud.
We got a foul. Yes, we lost one of their guys running the baseline down there.
Vinny's gone. I think they went home for the night, hadn't they?
Yeah. Jordan jammed her finger or something. I don't know if they're wanting to get it looked at or whatnot, but she had a pass that came to her like 2, 3, 4 times, and so they end up. I think they're going maybe to possibly get it looked at, but hopefully she's good, and we'll be ready to go Friday night. So have a turnover on the play right there by Sunbright. So
got 4 team fouls on Monterey and 3 on the home team, Sunbright Tigers.
Got a high screen coming, 2 screen there. We missed him inside. Weston's got to see that inside, but he misses it. And then we got a pick and roll there. Randolph. And we've got a block on the floor.
It's 5 on them, so it's on the floor. They'll be throwing it in.
It's on the floor.
On the floor, Coach.
So they were a little bit late realizing that wasn't on the that was not a shooting foul. So Dylan off the screen there, pulls up. He stepped out, but
he kind of knocked it back in there off of Brandon's knee.
Yes.
21-14, 3. A little over 3 minutes left to go in this half.
So they're realizing they're sending a bunch of
that's wide open.
Yeah. It's Ward for 2 down low, but they're sending they're doing a lot of movement, which is what you want to do, and then eventually you'll catch the defense sleep there, and they caught us asleep and ends up scoring there. So that makes that score 21-16. We've got to get that inside established, and hopefully There's a ball fake, and Fowler puts it down. Hopefully we can hit these layups there. That's Randolph trying to go in, and he's going to be shooting 2. He flips that one up, and that's going to be on Frills, I believe. Yes, Jonah Frills. Randolph's going to be shooting 2. Looks like we've got Sorkin and Bowden getting ready to check in. We've got 11 that are currently. We thank you, those that have are currently listening. That's another short and 148 check-ins. But we got Bowden and Sorkin coming in for Plow and Fowler.
2 freshmen.
So on the floor right now you have Randolph, Sorkin. There's our first free throw, I think, falling in, or first one in a long time. But you got Sorkin, Randolph, Dillon, Bowden, and Borjas. Maybe I didn't miss everybody.
Starters that started the game.
Yes. There's Frills for 3. Misses that one, thank goodness.
Randolph got up there for that one.
Yes. That's a good look right there inside there. And Borjas is battling, misses that layup. But he is battling and then ends up losing it. Sunbright gets her board. And they are coming across the timeline here. That's a moving screen that they're missed that one. It's working for a 5 count. We're rotating, trying to get there. And we've got going to be a push in the back by Dillon. That's going to be our 15th foul, so we're not shooting there. So it's going to be Dillon's first on the night.
Got a minute and 21 seconds to go in this half.
We got I don't know what the he's called that on 12. That's going to be on Borjas on the foul.
That's his second foul tonight. Cloud comes in for Borjas.
So not sure what happened there, but that was called on Borjas, his second. So ball's been put back into play there, and we're rotating around, kind of get him over in the corner where we need to, and then he kicks it back out for Sunbright. They keep running one on the baseline there, and hopefully that's Frills. We got a push in the back. That's going to be off on number 2 for Sunbright, Sexton. But that's Frills misses that one again, so that's 2 in a row he's missed, so hopefully he won't hit any more.
One more foul, and the Wildcats are going to the line, looks like. 6 fouls, team fouls on Sunbright.
We'll take it if we can knock down free throws. We've missed a ton. We missed a season full. There's a backdoor or a reverse layup there by Bowden there. He scores 2. Makes her score 24-16, and a tip pass as they're trying to swing it around. Cloud knocks it out of bounds. So we are has a steal and then a basket. I missed who scored that one. So your score is 26-16. So now we've got 3-on-1 break, and they end up scoring real quick. Makes your score 26-18. They have a 3-on-1 fast break, and Silas does not pick up a foul, which is good. So now we are going to hold for one shot. Hopefully we'll go in by at least 10, but hopefully by 11, depending on what we get. So now we are going. So we are looking for kind of like that's a beautiful play inside, no foul called, and no, we're going to end that quarter right there at the end of half at 26-16. Your Monterey Wildcats. We'll be right back.
please stay tuned for the Thornton Agency halftime show where we'll recap the first half act as well as go over the stats of the first half after a word from our sponsor.
At First Volunteer Bank, we're not just a community bank. We're a bank that's here for our community. We know our customers by name and treat them like family. And we're here to serve our community however we can. Whether it's teaching financial literacy in our local schools or collecting and donating thousands of canned food items each year to local food banks. We are a part of your community. If you're looking for a community banking relationship, we make it easy for you to switch because we're here to help you every step of the way, right down to a local person on the other end of the phone to assist you when you need it. First Volunteer Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Neighbors helping neighbors, that's what the BEC Customer Share Fund accomplishes. Participating customers round up their monthly bill to the nearest dollar. The extra money goes into a share fund that supports Monterey High School sports and academics, as well as other community projects throughout the BEC area, making Monterey and surrounding communities an even better place to live. Make your change count today and sign up for the BEC Customer Share Program. At Monterey Drugs, our focus is on you. You're not just a number, you're our neighbor. We get to know you so we can give you the best personal service you deserve. Monterey Drugs, your hometown pharmacy, is a proud sponsor of Wildcat Sports. Located on Elmore Street, right next to the dollar store. You can call them today at 931-839-6777. That's 931-839-6777. Monterey Drugs wishes the best for Monterey High School sports and academics. Looking for honest, dependable, and experienced shop to have your vehicle repaired, check out A1 Auto Repair just outside of Monterey on Highway 70. Bill and Kurt have the knowledge and experience to handle almost any auto repair need you may have. From wiper blades to major engine repair, they provide expert, reasonable solutions to keep your vehicles on the road. Go by there and see them today or call them at 931-839-3013. That's 931-839-3013. 013. Go Wildcats! Absolute Fitness is the Upper Cumberland's premier fitness facility. Absolute Fitness has 2 floors and over 15,000 square feet. The upstairs boasts live fitness circuit machines and tons of cardio equipment. The downstairs has the most complete free weight equipment in the state. Locally owned by IFBB Pro, Jim Crescento and her husband Minnie, it's a true hometown family gym. Whether you work out, tan, or enjoy a sauna, it's all one price. There's never sign-up fee or contracts. Absolute Fitness is located at 444 South Jefferson, across from Kroger. Call them today for more info at 931-526-2500.
Sometimes the fastest way to sell your real estate is not necessarily the best way, but when the agent at United Country Holcomb Realty and Auction Incorporated in Cookeville handles your sale, the fastest is the best. United Country has a unique nationwide marketing system to offer your property to millions of potential buyers, and its experience assures you of professional service in every detail. So stop by and see one of our agents at United Country Holcomb Realty and Auction Incorporated today.
Larry Wiley is a proud supporter of Monterey High School and junior high school sports, as well as academics. Being a Monterey Farm Bureau agent, Larry serves Putnam, Overton, and Cumberland counties with auto, home, health, and life insurance. For a comprehensive insurance review appointment, you can call Larry at 931-584-0042. That's 931-584-0042.
Monterey Foods, your hometown grocery store. From the time you enter their door until your groceries are carried to your car, you'll be treated as a valued customer. Come by and see Danny and his staff today. And remember, they have fresh cut meat daily, and check out their weekly specials at Monterey Foods on Facebook. They're located at the corner of Holly and Stratton in Monterey, or just give them a call at 931-839-2434. That's 931-839-2434.
The Thornton Agency is an independent insurance agency representing over 20 companies. They're able to tailor the right plan to fit every need at the best possible rate. Their number one goal is to provide you quality professional service. Their mission is to build long-lasting relationships, not just mere policy holders. Come by and see Josh today at 418 East Broad Street, Suite 1D in Cookeville, Tennessee. You can give Josh a call at 931-252-4659. That's 931-252-4659. You'll be glad you did.
Welcome back to Sunbright High School, home of the Tigers, with your halftime, Thornton Agency halftime here. Your score is Monterey Wildcats 26, Sunbright Tigers 18. And we were talking a little bit. Actually, I came in on the back end of that. This is about how the first game played out just a week and a half ago. And then, we stretched it out. So hopefully we'll do the same thing. You got Coach's son out here providing the halftime entertainment. And almost hits a half-court shot. But, there weren't many fouls called. So hopefully we don't get into foul trouble this second half. We were joking with the referee. I said, hey, we like that. Let's not call too many of those. And he was joking on his way to take his break that
he's wanting to get out of here as fast as we are.
Yeah. So, and like Christy said, hey, there's a referee with a sense of humor that,
you don't hardly ever get.
Yeah. Didn't,
especially if you got purple on.
Yes. But, it's one of those things, and I know Vinny had mentioned it earlier, that the game up at Clark Range, the referees were kind of not into it, and as far as you didn't notice them being out there. And then the boys' game did get a little chippy there in the first quarter, and then it just stretched through the end of the game. This one, there's not been many fouls called.
No, it's been pretty clean, and the boys are playing like they're supposed to.
Yes,
instead of with chip on it. So.
Yes, and like I was talking earlier, I said, and this is one thing that I'll give credit to Christy here, where she said, it does no good for you to be standing there yelling and carrying on at the referees, because they're not going to change their call. Yep. If anything, especially when it's the players, if anything, that puts a big target on their back, because then they start watching you, and a call that may go for you would end up going against you. Exactly. If it's a 50-50, whether it's going to be a charge or a block, and then it ends up going, if it goes against you, it's because you were griping, carrying on, and fussing.
They keep that in their memory.
I believe. I think so.
And, they kind of hold it back till they get a chance to call. My wife too. She told me about yelling. I've kind of dialed it back a little bit.
Yeah, I've tried to, and I know that not that.
It's hard.
It is very hard, because you want everything to go for your team. I will tell you this: I'm digging this music that they are playing here.
Well, yeah.
So
that's probably your era. We was up there at Hampton, and of course I'm in the late '60s, early '70s rock, and they were playing Skinner and ZZ Top.
Yeah,
up there. We said we'd ride it home. So this is cool.
Yes,
and they treated us so good up here. I told that athletic director. I think she is the vice principal too. I think her name is Misty Northrup.
Okay.
I told her, I said, if we need to come back up here next week.
Yes, and she said that she'd have us some dinner, and so maybe we just need to make a trip on up here. But there was a Northrup on, I wonder if she's got one playing.
I may do it.
Alexis Northrup. So I don't know if that is her kiddo or not. But
she didn't look that old to have a child in high school,
right?
But they really treated us good.
Yes, absolutely. So
again, folks, I'm working on this replay, and I know I've cut off the shots the replay cuts off right before the ball goes in the hoop. I think I've hit the save button just a little bit too early, so we're still working on that.
So
work in progress.
Work in progress, absolutely. So getting ready to start this third quarter, Absolute Fitness. Third quarter coming out of the Thornton Agency halftime. And looks like we're going to go back with maybe starters. So it looks like it's going to be Sorkin, Randolph, Dillon, Borjas, and Bowden.
So you got 3 seniors and 2 juniors.
Yes.
On the starting 5 for Monterey.
Yes. And then
that's good to see. And you got all that bench in.
Yes. And then, well, I'm not sure
I think they're sending Morse code with the buzzer.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on there, but the referees, we need them. That's what it is.
Okay, so they're trying to get the. Reckon they went home.
I mean, maybe he took me for what I was saying. I'm like, I see the SRO. She's walking kind of fast, and I was like, something going on. Okay. And then I look out here and got 3 referees.
Does anybody know the whereabouts of the referees?
Now, we've got one that's in stripes down here, but he is in gold and blue stripes.
She's shaking her head. The SRO is, so I don't know what's going on with the refs. This is different.
This is. Like I said, maybe we can get the guy that's down here in the gold and blue.
Put him out there? Probably not, because he's going to be. I saw some of them warm-up uniforms for Sunbright. Here they come. That clown takes a bow.
So we're ready.
Yeah.
They're out here.
They're all grinning.
Yeah. So we are back ready for action. Like you said, maybe it might have been a little bit of Morse code, but they didn't get it.
Yeah. Well, they finally got it and come in, so we're good to go here. Absolute Fitness third quarter.
See, Dillon's coming around looking for a screen there.
Triple team. Yes.
Borjas loses it out of bounds.
He had a wide open shot.
Yes. Kind of had his way back down in there and
just couldn't. Sometimes it's hard to find a handle on the round ball.
Yes, I'm going to give him a hard time. We need to tell him that looks, just make sure, just think of it as a football.
Yeah, it's got to be oblong.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
He didn't miss very many that was thrown to him.
No. So on the turnover there, and he looked like he walked out there, but no call, so I guess it's no walk. But they are moving it around. It's Frills over to Brandstetter, back to Nitschke, and he looks like that's Rogers again. Pulls up there, and
there's Drew Sorkin
with the board as Rogers pulls up short there. But there is a inbounds, and it's going under, and we have a foul finally that is called on. Don't know. Let's see. White 5. Let's see. That's going to be on Nathan Ward.
He's one of their big guys.
Yes, that's his second. Randolph's going to be shooting 2. Hopefully on this end we can shoot better free throws. So we shall see.
We'll see if we can get the replay good if we can hit this.
It rims out.
Come on, Sila.
We need to shoot about 600 free throws between now and Friday each.
Right.
It's all mental, and they start thinking, there we go, second one rolls in. But, I've always told Nugget and Caden, said, look, come up with a
well, I got it that time.
Come up with some kind of routine, and then you won't feel like, that way you go through the same thing every single time. But
right.
We've got one that's left wide open there. Randolph ends up coming off with the board, but that's Nitschke takes a shot.
We finally got it over to Brandon. That one looked like it's going out of bounds.
Yes, it did. And that's a good play there by Randolph off the board. And then
I can't bypass.
No, that is Borjas misses that one.
Is it point blank range too?
Yes. There's going to be Frills taking a three from the corner, and Randolph there. It should have been over the back, but no call. So,
well, they're not calling a lot. So
no.
At least they're doing it on both sides.
Yes, and that's going to be a carry, but no call. So we got a foul.
Foul.
We got the foul.
That's our. I won't call him a clown. That one ref.
Yeah.
He's kind of
having a good time with it.
Yep.
And Silas inside for two. So that makes the lead 29-18. So puts it at 11. So we're get back on defense after they. That comes off there by Ward. He misses that
Sorkin
one.
in there
Sorkin with the board.
I tell you what, he's had a couple of good ball games here, Larry.
Yes. And you know what? Dillon just has his shot blocked there.
He eat that one. That probably had a little mayonnaise on that.
Yeah. It's one of them Subway Eat Fresh right there. I mean, my goodness.
Yeah, he got smoked on that one.
So
Cats is up to 11-point lead, though, so 29-18. It's kind of turning out like that one did at Monterey.
Yes. And there's
Borjas with them long arms. That is a play. He couldn't.
He misses that one and then
finish it off and then fouls. That's the third foul on him.
And that right there, that's a great play. As you look up, you've only got one other person that's running with him right there. And
and the rest of them are down here. That should be up there on that.
Yeah,
on that end of the floor. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, and that's why I would always yell, "Go with him or go with her," because you have that chance to, get down there and get a.
You need some help down there.
Yes. So ends up picking. That's his third foul up right there.
The freshman duo come in.
Yes, Clow and Fowler. So with 4:55 left in your third quarter, scores 29-18, and there's a tip by Clow. It goes out of bounds.
Quick hands with the freshman there.
Yes.
Looks like Brandon, Stretch, Strutt, Dillon, and
Borjas stepped off.
Yeah.
So we are
half court, and they got it down inside on the baseline.
And he throws that one up, and it goes in.
That's a prayer, and it went in.
It did.
Look here what I found.
That's 2 points there that was scored by Rogers. And Clow takes it baseline. He gets called for, or not, he doesn't, but that's going to be a foul on Ward again.
Ward on the foul, his third.
Yes, that's his third, so it's one of their big guys. That's 3. And there's Fowler inbound. Off on that. Bowden brings it.
Come on, Drew. He touched the line. He was right there.
Yeah, I never understand that call, but he did touch the line right there, so.
Kind of slipped on the floor.
So number 14 coming in, it's Kreis. I believe that's his first time he's come in tonight.
Trying to get some popcorn off the floor over there. I think it's what that is.
I think you're right. I think it may have been Neil Markham dropped his on the way out.
Oh, did he?
I think so.
He was disco dancing up there in the bleachers.
He was in the 3-point basket right there by Brandstetter. So that makes the score 29-23. They're within 6 right now. Quickly up the floor to Clow.
That was a football pass.
It was, and then Clow takes that. And he's going to call a offensive foul on Randolph after he gets as he gets the board. So that is his second, team second of the quarter.
Finally got our scoreboard back, focused back in. It was kind of off kilter there for a few minutes, or that last part of that second quarter.
So. Still not in bad foul trouble. That's just a second team foul.
And there's a steal by and a foul by number 10.
And fouled by Frills there. So, wait a minute. No steal. That was a out of bounds there by they gave the ball back to
Yeah, buddy, I don't know about that call.
Yeah.
I think Coach Martin was kind of questioning that too.
There we got a foul right there on number one. That's going to be on Nitschke. So I think
his second.
See, Dylan's getting ready to check back in. He's coming in for Sorkin.
Drew needs a break. He's had a good game so far.
Yes.
Cats, their lead is down to 6 now, 29-23.
So they've made us, slow it down a little bit and play their game. Just like that right there. We've got to do a better job at running the offense and not try to run it from half court. But we just got to get this lead out and blow this thing wide open here. 3 minutes and 10 seconds left in your third quarter.
I think Brandon's wanting them to come out a little bit, and all of them are kind of sunk back in.
And that's going to be
a goal.
Yes. It's going to be a foul on Nitschke there. That's either his third or fourth. His third right there. So we've got Randolph shooting 2.
Maybe I'll get a chance to do our instant replay, Larry.
Right.
Hopefully. I'm going to work on it.
There we go. First one up and good.
There it is.
You got Sorkin coming in for Bowden. So 3:05 left. Second one is up and good. Knocks down that second one there. So that makes your score 31-23 with 3 minutes left in this third quarter. So coach is down here trying to get them to rotate on the defense, and they're not getting it. They're not working. We're working for a 5 count. And
it's a block.
Drew.
Yeah, it looked like he had good position, but he didn't on that play.
He calls that on Randolph.
Hey, he called that on Silas. Hey, that's 23. Drew needs to raise his hand.
All right, so we have a correction on the foul. They caught it on Drew. It was on Randolph. They called it, but it was on Drew. So coach had to call a timeout in order to get that questioned. And
so that's the first foul on Drew. It would have been the third foul on
Randolph.
Silas.
Yeah.
So that was a good timeout there, coach.
Yes.
Ref's kind of still picking on us up here.
Yeah. I need to tell him he's called too many now. That's 18 fouls this quarter, so we're gonna
have to ease up a little.
But your score, 2:42 left. Your score is 31-23. Monterey is leading right there. And there's a mishandled pass right there from Nitschke.
Had a little help from Drew there on the ref.
Yeah.
I like to see that excitement out of these boys.
Yes.
Young men, actually.
So they're just going to let us just kill it.
Slowing it down, looks like.
Yeah.
We got 2 minutes and 23 seconds left to go.
And if we got the ball handlers in there that'll take care of it. Dylan for 3 outside, comes up short. So now coach is giving them our defensive instructions right now.
Back up by 8. 31-23. Under 2 minutes left to go in this third quarter.
So they are just doing a lot of passing and screen away and then trying to get somebody to rug right there. And
open.
That ends up being – so they end up scoring right there. So we will take a timeout with them right there. You just scored 31-25 with 1:41 left. We'll be right back.
Absolute Fitness is the Upper Cumberland's premier fitness facility. Absolute Fitness has 2 floors and over 15,000 square feet. The upstairs boasts live fitness circuit machines and tons of cardio equipment. The downstairs has the most complete free weight equipment in the state. Locally owned by IFBB Pro, Jen Crescento and her husband Vinny, it's a true hometown family gym. Whether you work out, tan, or enjoy a sauna, it's all one price. There's never sign-up fees or contracts. Absolute Fitness is located at 444 South Jefferson, across from Kroger. Call them today for more info at 931-526-2500.
Welcome back from that timeout. We're going to try to request. We got to get this referee in front of us. We got to get his name and request he come and calls all our games.
Yeah,
so.
just be a roadie or something with Monterey Sports Network and Monterey High School.
Yes, yeah. But your score, that makes it 31-25 right there. 1:30 left in this third quarter. We're moving it around. On the floor, you got Sorkin, Randolph, Bowden,
good
Dillon,
pass,
and Fowler.
And look at that.
And 2 points. I believe that is Dillon's first points on the night right there on that layup. 1:20 left. Oh, he bailed him out there. Chandler bailed him out. And he is going to be shooting 2. That is going to be Rogers shooting 2 there.
That's Bowden.
That's
got
his
2.
second.
Cats are back up to a 9-point lead. That's a good play on that end out there.
That was.
I got that on replay, too, part of it. I'm still trying to adjust it.
First one up and good for Rogers. You know, we were talking about how the game was in the first half last time, and then how it ended out to almost 39 or 30, almost a 30-point win.
Right.
And it's kind of
most of that come in the fourth quarter.
Yes,
Larry, best I remember.
Yeah, so hopefully we can stretch this out. Like I said, you know, it's
catch on fire here.
Yes. And we have Randolph fumbles that out of play there. May have gotten away with the foul.
Yeah.
One of their kids, that is, down there. So that puts your score.
Almost a steal there by Fowler.
And we've got a 3-point shot that comes from the corner and chased down by Bowden. That shot was from Cries for Sunbright. We have 38 seconds left. And we're going to back this one out here.
29 seconds. I guess Coach Linus going for the last shot of this quarter.
Yes. So, got no count. Dillon and Bowden are just throwing back and forth here, but they're too close for my liking to this half-court line here. So we are getting ready to put the ball. It's getting ready to get going. And Dillon knocks down a 3 right there.
Bang, bang.
A Monterey Foods 3-pointer right there, and comes up with the steal, but that ends the third quarter at 36-27. We will be right back.
Larry Wiley is a proud supporter of Monterey High School and junior high school sports, as well as academics. Being a Monterey Farm Bureau agent, Larry serves Putnam, Overton, and Cumberland counties with auto, home, health, and life insurance. For a comprehensive insurance review appointment, you can call Larry at 931-584-0042. That's 931-584-0042. Neighbors helping neighbors, that's what the BDC Customer Share Fund accomplishes. Participating customers round up their monthly bill to the nearest dollar. The extra money goes into a shared fund that supports Monterey High School sports and academics, as well as other community projects throughout the BDC area, making Monterey and surrounding communities an even better place to live. Make your change count today and sign up for the BDC Customer Share Program.
Welcome back to Sunbright High School for your Larry Wiley fourth quarter. We appreciate all our sponsors that come in or that have helped us out throughout this year, not only for just with all sports that we're able to cover. We appreciate them very much. So, starting your fourth quarter, looks like it's going to be Dillon. Looks like we've gone back to starters. So you're going to go with Dillon, Bowden, Borjas, Sorkin, and Randolph. And we are in our, looks like a matchup zone there. And the three-point shot comes from the corner for Kreiz, and he knocks it down. He knocks it down, so that makes your score 36-30. We just cannot get this pulled away. So with 7:30 left.
Well, it's a low-scoring game for the Wildcats.
And that's a dangerous pass across court there when he could probably.
I almost stole it.
Yeah, Bowden should have gone back to Dillon and then Dillon to Sorkin if they were going to do that. So, but almost stolen.
Cross court like that.
No, it's always a dangerous pass there. So Dillon brings it across the timeline. And moving it around. And that gets thrown away. And that's going to be Rogers end up with it for Sunbright.
He's got some size on him.
He does. I think he's
Very
outgrown.
athletic.
I think he's outgrown it, as far as ball handling wise. But he definitely helps them out down low. So there's another three that comes up, and it comes up short. But then
they get the rebound.
They end up getting the board, and they're swinging it around. And Rogers from inside there. And Borjas, he misses that one, but Borjas gets the board and kicks it over to Bowden. Bowden to Dillon, brings it across the timeline. And Dillon back over to Bowden.
We need some consistent points down here, Larry.
And to get a stop defensively like that right there. But there's Sorkin for three and knocks it down. There's three. And a bang, bang, bang of Monterey Foods three. So puts that score at 39-30. There's a three. So we're about to start trading. We got a jump ball, and that should
be Monterey.
That's going to be Monterey's ball there.
Borjas is getting a little hot on the collar over there, too.
Yes. So, one thing, and I'm not going to, well, maybe I shouldn't even say it, but we just got to play ball and not be celebrating, not be making our three-pointers or pointing and laughing at people, because that's what ends up hurting us in the long run. But there's the inside right there to Randolph with the hoop and the arm. And that's going to be basket good. Foul is going to be on 23, which is Rogers. And that makes that score 41-30. Randolph at the line.
Reckon we can have it as a old school three-point.
An old-fashioned three-point, and we'll call that a Monterey Foods three-point play if we can.
Absolutely. I've got his own replay here, too, if we need. And
misses that one, rims out.
Spoke a little too soon.
We're at 11, so if we can we got to put that pedal down and. Yeah, every time he turns, he does walk. There's a three-point basket, a three-point attempt.
That's the third foul on Bowden.
So that is a three that comes from Brandstetter, excuse me. And he misses, and Rogers gets the rebound.
That's
and ends up getting fouled by Bowden. So he's got three. First one up. Rogers hits the first one. That makes it a 10-point game.
Bouncing back and forth between double digits and single digits here, Larry.
Between 6 and 10, 11 points. So second one is on the way. Knocks it down.
What do you say about an underdog team when you let them hang around?
That's
pretty much what we're looking at.
Yeah. Yeah, so we just got to and inside there to Randolph, and we've got a timeout that's going to be right there that's come from Coach Martin, so we'll take it with him here at 5:21 left. We'll be right back.
Larry Wiley is a proud supporter of Monterey High School and junior high school sports, as well as academics. Being a Monterey Farm Bureau agent, Larry serves Putnam, Overton, and Cumberland counties with auto, home, health, and life insurance. For a comprehensive insurance review appointment, you can call Larry at 931-584-0042. That's 931-584-0042.
Welcome back to Sunbright. I almost said Clark Rain, but we
looks
did
similar,
that.
don't it?
It does.
Blue and gold, harvest gold, and we're sitting on the stage. And
yes.
I'd be just lucky if I was in your shoes at that point.
So on the floor, we still got the same ones on the floor for Monterey. Sorkin, Dillon, Borjas, Randolph, and Bowden. And they are Sunbright as brings it into front court.
Cats is back out to a double-digit lead.
And see, right here is where we end up falling asleep because they're pass it one way and then they'll cut through and then go to the other.
It's almost that one down low every time.
Yes.
Or this dude over here on this left wing.
Yes. And then eventually, you know, if the other team starts hitting shots from outside, then that'll
pull us out.
Yeah, pull us out of the zone that we're in. We're in a matchup zone right now, and this, you know, Frails, number 10, has hit several three-pointers for them tonight.
So far, so good.
Yeah, which is see what we got here. Who's this foul going to be on? We've got that should have been. That's going to be on. That's going to be on Chandler.
It's 4 fouls.
That's 4. So we are shooting a 1-on-1.
4, Coach.
So Bowden's going to come out there. He's got 4.
Bowden's a senior. Had a good football career too with
yes.
Wildcats.
Yeah. So that should have just been okay. So they've got it for 16 fouls. So they're not shooting a 1-on-1. So we're going to take it with them. Looks like a 30-second timeout.
Got a report from Monterey on the Pleasant Hill game.
How'd we do?
Looks like both teams lost.
Both teams lost.
Yeah, they're tough. The high school junior high team went over there and got beat. Games too. So it's I was talking to Joey earlier today, and he was kind of they're tough.
Now is that Pleasant Hill? Are they out of Crossville?
Yeah, well, between Crossville and Sparta over there on
okay.
What is it? Highway 70 South?
Yes,
I believe. So we lost 2 in Monterey. Let's split this one here and get out of here.
Yes. That should have been a walk, but
they're not calling much.
No, but that let's see,
good
that
rebound.
Was Borjas with the board there, but
Randolph with a defense, wasn't it?
We have one that just got his 4th foul. I went blank. Bowden. He was in a headlock down here basically, and then they ended up calling a hold. There's Klaus switching that to a left hand, and they end up knocking it out of bounds, but that ends up being he was being held defensively, so we ended up he ends up picking his 4th foul, so that was what all the commotion was about a second ago, but now we've got Randolph tries to force that one inside, but he ends up missing that, and they're quickly back down the floor.
Number 5's a big body in there.
He is, and that should have been a walk, but hey, we'll take this hopefully layup there by Dillon. So we will take that, but so we are at a 14-point game. That is Ward. He misses that one.
Good rebound there by Silas.
That was, and coach is telling Sorkin as he kicks it up the floor. Randolph kicks it to him
to slow it down.
There we go. Sorkin over to the left side to Dillon. Dillon skip passes it, and that's a great pass there by get out of bounds, please.
He should have took that shot.
Yeah, so Dillon skip passes it from the left to the right over to Cloud. Cloud ball fakes, goes baseline, tries to get it. He does get it inside to
great pass.
Yes, to Borjas, and then he ends up fumbling it out of bounds. It rolls out.
Well, he tried to get it over to Silas.
Yes,
and he was wide open for the shot.
Yes, so ends up coach has called a timeout here, so we will take one with them at 3:08. We'll be right back.
Sometimes the fastest way to sell your real estate is not necessarily the best way, but when the agents at United Country Holcomb Realty and Auction Incorporated in Cookeville handles your sale, the fastest is the best. United Country has a unique nationwide marketing system to offer your property to millions of potential buyers, and its experience assures you of professional service in every detail. So stop by and see one of our agents at United Country Holcomb Realty
Monterey
and Auction
Wildcats
Incorporated.
leading Sunbright, the Sunbright Tigers right now, 46-32. We are in our Larry Wiley fourth quarter here.
A little bit different game than what it was in Monterey.
Yes,
so
and
far.
And I did mention that earlier. It is tough to play, and we just played them, a week and a half ago. But on somebody's home floor to come and first of all get a win, but
well, we're in Eastern time zone.
Yes,
and they had to drive an hour.
Yes.
So and the kids don't get out for what, 3?
3. So we ended up checking. We brought a couple with us to check out so we could get here. And there's Dylan kind of fumbling it around, and then we finally got a foul that is called. Looks like Randolph's going to be, and it's going to be on the floor, but he's going to shoot a 1-and-1 because that's their 17th foul.
Okay, yeah.
But, we did check out a little bit early, about 15 to 20 minutes early, so we could get on the road and get here.
Yeah, and that's tough on a weeknight like that.
It is. So
it's tough any time, but weeknight makes it a little bit worse.
Yeah, we've got it definitely is, because right now we're sitting at 9:08, give or take here.
So
and
8:08.
Yeah,
we've got an hour drive.
Yes. So right now Randolph's at the line for 1-and-1. First one up, knocks it down.
So we're up 15. Let's keep this thing going.
Yes. Second one's hard. Oh, well, he banks it in.
Bank's still in business.
Bank's open at 9 o'clock Eastern time, so we'll keep it going. But Ward for Sunbright's getting ready to check back in. It's going to be probably a defense for offense type deal. But then, here we go. We've got it's knocked out of bounds there. Sorkin knocks it out.
Well, we talked about it several times. He is quick. Got quick hands.
Yes,
does.
Yes.
Looks like Bowden's going to come back in on the next break.
Yeah, a little defense for offense.
He walks every time he gets the ball.
Every time he gets it. That is Rogers right there. He scores 2 for Sunbright.
Yeah, after you travel.
But it's almost like he's taking a handoff from a wide receiver or from a quarterback and turns a corner. So
that's on Euro step.
And that rolls in. Oh, Strutt gets that one to fall. It makes it score 50-34. 2:07 left. He's worked hard for his, I think, about 6 points, but there's 3 that's taken, and Borjas, it would have been a wood ball, but Borjas ends up catching it before it hits.
Saved him, didn't he?
Yes. So you've got Bowden coming in for Borjas. Ward's checking in. He just checked in for Cries.
So we're doing offense.
Offense for defense. So
Cats is up 16.
All we got to do is everybody stay safe, and then we just step up, hit free throws, or 1-point play. That's poked out right there. That's going to be
out to Monterey.
Be Monterey's ball there.
I will say brag a little bit about the refs. They've done a pretty good job tonight.
Oh, I think so as well.
Yeah. Really, all 3 of them.
Yes.
We got our favorite though.
Yes. Yeah, I'm gonna ask him, see if he can just make his way. There's a hack. Didn't need that. You're 80+ feet away from the. That's on Randolph.
Randolph is his third
foul right there. So you're at. No, it's got him down for his 4th. But we'll see if they change that on the board. There we go. We're at 3. So for Randolph has 3. So at 1:35 left, your score is 50-34. Rogers is at the line for Sunbright, shooting 1-1. First one up and rims out. Dylan Strutt with the board. He brings it across the timeline. And should be just passing it around here until just take care of it right here. So it went from Bowden to Sorkin to Dylan. Dylan runs in, shoots a floater. And he is slowly getting chased down. That goes off his knee. Should have been, but let's see. That goes off of Cries. So Borhaus, the Worm, is coming in for Brandon Strutt Dillon. At 1:07 left, your score is 50-34. And you can't count it out because there's a three-point shot that goes up, and that should have been over the back. And then Borhaus ends up taking it away from Frills. But, you know, we're under a minute now, and there's a pass inside from Borhaus, or to Borhaus from Bowden. He hits the underside of it and gets fouled. So he should be shooting two. Foul is going to be on number 10, which is Frills. Yes. Coming in, you've got McDonald get ready to check in, and Fowler. So unless something happens, we should take this win back to Monterey. And Borhaus knocks that first one down. And Sunbright's Ward is checked back in for Sunbright. Your score is 51-34, 52.6 seconds left. Borhaus hits the second one, and McDonald checks in. He checks in. Borhaus hits that second one. Your score is 52-34 with 50 seconds left. And we are slowly but surely, we're going to take this victory and we'll take it back to Central Time Zone.
Yes. When? Friday night, right?
Friday night, we are at home playing Van Buren, the Eagles, and the Lady Eaglettes. So we're going to take a timeout with them real quick. We'll be right back.
Larry Wiley is a proud supporter of Monterey High School and junior high school sports, as well as academics. Being a Monterey Farm Bureau agent, Larry serves Putnam, Overton, and Cumberland counties with auto, home, health, and life insurance. For a comprehensive insurance review appointment, you can call Larry at 931-584-0042. That's 931-584-0042.
Welcome back. That was Sunbright's coach took a full timeout. So your score at 33.7 seconds left. Your score is 52-36. So we were just laughing during this timeout. We found the culprit of, if you guys that are watching was trying to figure out what was going on with the camera that's on the scoreboard, one of Coach Martin's little ones was kind of messing with it down here.
Yeah. And grabbed one of the legs, kind of pulled it around a couple of times. So that's the deal with the camera. Oh, how in the world that wasn't a foul?
That was just bring it over.
Yeah.
So what happened there? I don't know if you guys saw that or not. McDonald, he mistimed his jump there, but saves it back in. And so I think we may just hold this right here. So your final, unless something happens, is going to end up being 52-36.
That's it.
And that is going to be your Monterey Wildcats taking this win tonight. So we will take a break, and we will come right back.
Please stay tuned for the VE Customer Share Program Wrap-Up Show as the broadcast team will recap game highlights and stats after a word from our sponsor.
At First Volunteer Bank, we're not just a community bank. We're a bank that's here for our community. We know our customers by name and treat them like family. And we're here to serve our community however we can. Whether it's teaching financial literacy in our local schools or collecting and donating thousands of canned food items to your local food banks. We are a part of your community. If you're looking for a community banking relationship, we make it easy for you to switch because we're here to help you every step of the way, right down to a local person on the other end of the phone to assist you when you need it. First Volunteer Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
share. Neighbors helping neighbors, that's what the VEC Customers Share Fund accomplishes. Participating customers round up their monthly bill to the nearest dollar. The extra money goes into a shared fund that supports Monterey High School sports and academics, as well as other community projects throughout the VEC area, making Monterey and surrounding communities an even better place to live. Make your change count today and sign up for the VEC Customers Share Program. At Monterey Drugs, our focus is on you. You're not just a number, you're our neighbor. We'll get to know you so we can give you the best personal service you deserve. Monterey Drugs, your hometown pharmacy, is a proud sponsor of Wildcat Sports. Located on Elmore Street, right next to the dollar store. You can call them today at 931-839-6777. That's 931-839-6777. Monterey Drugs wishes the best for Monterey High School sports and academics. For honest, dependable, and experienced shop to have your vehicle repaired, check out A1 Auto Repair just outside of Monterey on Highway 70. Bill and Kurt have the knowledge and experience to handle almost any auto repair need you may have. From wiper blades to major engine repair, they provide expert, reasonable solutions to keep your vehicles on the road. Go by there and see them today or call them at 931-839-3013. That's 931-839-3013. Go Wildcats! Absolute Fitness is the Upper Cumberland's premier fitness facility. Absolute Fitness has 2 floors and over 15,000 square feet. The upstairs boasts live fitness circuit machines and tons of cardio equipment. The downstairs has the most complete free weight equipment in the state. Locally owned by IFBB Pro, Jim Facento and her husband Minnie, it's a true hometown family gym. Whether you work out, tan, or enjoy a sauna, it's all one price. There's never sign-up fees or contracts. Absolute Fitness is located at 444 South Jefferson, across from Kroger. Call them today for more info at 931-526-2500.
Sometimes the fastest way to sell your real estate is not necessarily the best way, but when the agents at United Country Holcomb Realty and Auction Incorporated in Cookeville handle your sale, the fastest is the best. United Country has a unique nationwide marketing system to offer your property to millions of potential buyers, and its experience assures you of professional service in every detail. So stop by and see one of our agents at United Country Holcomb Realty and Auction Incorporated today.
Larry Wiley is a proud supporter of Monterey High School and junior high school sports, as well as academics. Being a Monterey Farm Bureau agent, Larry serves Putnam, Overton, and Cumberland counties with auto, home, health, and life insurance. For a comprehensive insurance review appointment, you can call Larry at 931-584-0042. That's 931-584-0042.
Monterey Foods, your hometown grocery store. From the time you enter their door until your groceries are carried to your car, you'll be treated as a valued customer. Come by and see Danny and his staff today. And remember, they have fresh cut meat daily, and check out their weekly specials at Monterey Foods on Facebook. They're located at the corner of Holly and Stratton in Monterey, or just give them a call at 931-839-2434. That's 931-839-2434.
The Thornton Agency is an independent insurance agency representing over 20 companies. They're able to tailor the right plan to fit every need at the best possible rate. Their number one goal is to provide you quality professional service. Their mission is to build long-lasting relationships, not just mere policyholders. Come by and see Josh today at 418 East Broad Street, Suite 1D in Cookeville, Tennessee. You can give Josh a call at 931-252-4659. That's 931-252-4659. You'll be glad you did.
Welcome back to Sunbright High School, home of the Tigers and Lady Tigers. We'll keep this a little short and sweet, but we appreciate all our sponsors. Unfortunately, girls, we ended up losing that one 70-37. boys, we do take home this victory and make that score 52-36. So that should even our record back out on the boys' side. I can't remember the girls.
5-5, I believe, and then the girls was 2-7. That makes them 2-8.
Okay.
Yeah,
So-
they've lost 8 games in a row.
So, you know,
Of course, they played some stiff competition there.
yes. And then, you know, they had a girl earlier tonight she was knocking down shots and just didn't miss. And we did trim it to, 10 at one point, maybe even lower than that, but then they just kept going. So,
Right.
it's one of those that we hopefully that the girls won't, hang their heads and
Well, they can't. I mean, they're ranked. Sunbright, I don't know if you guys talked about it during the pregame, but they're ranked like in the top 10 in the state.
no, well,
So-
I didn't mention that, but
Yeah, they're as tougher than this year than Clark Range is.
okay.
So it's not like they, lost a inferior team.
Right. So,
But, and of course the boys, we swept.
yes.
The boys swept, and
Yes.
the girls got swept. So
Yes.
kind of, I guess, a trade out.
Yes. We'll take it, and then we will be at home Friday night playing Van Buren, the Eagles and Eaglettes.
That should be 2 wins.
Yes.
The girls played them tough over there.
Yes. And
It was like a 4-point.
like I mentioned, it's tough to play at home. So, it's tough for the visiting team to play on
away.
the road. So,
Right, and
hopefully,
you got a team like Van Buren County, the
Right.
Eaglettes.
yes.
They're tough anytime.
Yeah,
But
so
the girls
hopefully
played really well.
Hopefully we can pick this win up on Friday night. So we will be back pregame around 5:30 because we'll be back on
we got a JV game.
That is right. Yes.
We'll do part of that, and it'll be sort of like it is tonight, but we ain't got an hour's drive.
Right.
I definitely ain't got an hour's drive.
No, 20 minutes for me. So
Yeah.
I'll take that over this one. But
I got 2 blocks to get over there. So
but we'll wrap this up for Christy Jones on camera, producer Rick McNeil, Vinny Facento that did have to check out early, David Klaus that checked out early. We appreciate those guys stopping and helping. This is Larry Jones for the Monterey Sports Network. Everybody have a great night.